Got ads, Czar? Looks like your subscription lapsed according to the little thingy. Yeah, that would be really nice, Czar. Hi, K9. Evening, Rook. Wah, 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 wah. Okay. Oh, man, Czar. The only thing that I can say about that is if you're wanting something like that done, try, like, saying something like that to the guy. Like, the guy who does Star Sector is pretty responsive on Blue Sky and Twitter and whatnot. Um... Cool. Yeah, but you don't know that, Czar, so you should suggest it. You little shit, bullies. Give it a shot, Rook. It's fun. Hell, the worst thing that's gonna happen is like, I don't really like this game. Sounds like quitter talk to me, Czar. That's a good question, actually. K9? Good evening, Nico. This bamboo has, expanded. Including outside of the actual fence line. Oh, also, Nico, verbally this time, welcome to the Discord. I hope you have found a nice place and that you will stay with us for a while. Your bamboo shoot. Jeez. Eats yam. I really do like yams, Eggy. Yams are tasty. I have had sweet potato fries. Yams and sweet potatoes are technically different, yes. It's like goth women and old women. I love both. Pretty sure the same thing, and I couldn't tell them apart. I think I need to probably cook a little bit.
Jump scare.
Hi, Bendy. Look,
Hey.
it's a large bendy head.
Hi. Arr. I'm a dragon. Arr.
Yep, big angry boy. I will
Yeah.
grab Rook here as well in case he wants to
Oh,
talk.
hello.
Hello.
I am very tired, so I may be very quiet.
Be good, Iggy. Hey, Bendy. So I planted bamboo recently,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and between logging in yesterday and today, it appears to have almost viciously taken over the part of the lawn that I put it in. So
You should destroy all of it, make a small island, and plant it there.
That is definitely accurate to bamboo. I think bamboo is like one of I think it's like the most fast-growing plant, or one of the most fast-growing plants.
pickle.
They are. Some
In
of
real
them are like
life,
they can
well,
grow. Some of them can grow 2 inches in a day.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
unlike me.
See, you need to introduce bamboo's only natural predator,
A
wild
panda?
chickens.
Ah, okay, cool.
Wild chickens, yeah.
Sorry.
The whole reason
The
the whole
panda
reason
joke.
chickens the whole reason they lay a bunch of eggs is because they want to take advantage of the bamboo shoots in spring. Now eat the fuck out of them.
I have a secondary. What the hell is this? Someone has just left a pot in the middle of nowhere. No, just introduce the secondary predator to bamboo. Me.
You like
I'll eat it.
bamboo?
I don't care. I'm gonna nominate. Why is the wolf following me into town? Oh god, there's 2 of them.
We'll be like, you're looking like a snack there. He's gonna eat you.
I may die. Again. I think I've died like 5 times.
You who are about to die, we salute you.
I think they've run off.
He's gonna say that, and then here in a moment we're gonna hear Rook has died.
There may now just be wolves in the middle of town.
Nice.
Yeah, there are now wolves in the middle of town. Well, I'm not going into town now.
I can't believe you've done this. Purposefully.
We just need like guards that aren't shit.
Alright, Bendy, I've just about pickled all the vegetables.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and lead them out of town. If I can get both of them. Oh, there's 3. Never mind.
Apex Design Collective got banned from the SC forums? What happened? Hi, Bendy. Oh yeah, Bendy, come here.
No.
See this chest?
Yeah.
Open it.
Oh shit. Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, and then we got... I used a lot of the vinegar that you made,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pickling a shit ton of vegetables over here. Vintage
Awesome.
Story is actually on its own website, K9. It's quite good.
Where did my bricks go?
I think I saw some bricks in one of those chests. You said this yesterday
Oh,
too, though.
yeah.
Points.
True.
Bullies.
Okay, I think I've gotten them mostly out of town.
I'm gonna need a lot more brick.
More brick. You could possibly, if you're wanting to do something like that, K9, get a, what's the word I'm looking for? A prepaid card. KV. Spelt. I can make some spelt porridge. Sure.
Okay, I lured them off the side of the pier, so we are safe.
I'm gonna need a lot more. Alright, I need to find blue clay and a lot of it. North. I'm gonna get one of them copper shovels though.
Vegetables, fruit.
You need
I'm
to
gonna
figure
make
out
some
who sells
porridge.
Okie dokie.
I can't remember what it's called. The thing you need to make a spawn point.
Temporal gear.
That's the one. I know somebody sold them, but I don't know who.
Also, I've been aging a bunch of cider and wine and stuff, Bendy.
I saw. Nice.
I'm sure someone said that somebody sold them. If not, that is less fun. You get temporal gears from like chests and pots and stuff, right?
In some cases,
Enemies.
yes. But
And
primarily
enemies?
enemies.
Oh god.
Hey, Bendy, where's the cooking pot?
I'm not sure. It's not in my inventory.
Hmm.
Has anyone gone west yet? Like, just basically west in general?
I don't know. Bendy and I went east.
You know, someone's up north. Yeah, I see you there.
Tools. My inventory, is it? No.
I'll go south. Why not?
Indeed, arson. There. Cider. That's a saucepan.
I'll make another one.
Yeah, it's okay. But like, where did the original one go?
I'm not sure, honestly.
It's not down here. Oh,
Check in the chest and stuff.
I did.
Oh,
I actually managed to get pretty far north from the very far south bit. So it was like, I think it's like minus like 50,000 blocks away, and I managed to get up to like 30,000. And then I died. But you know, we can ignore that bit. That bit doesn't matter.
It's fine. A
Fuck
little bit
off,
of death as a treat.
Exactly.
Don't get mauled by a wolf, Bendy.
I wanna.
I see Rook got
Wow.
mauled by a wolf instead.
Ow.
Should have castled. Was that a dumb joke? I'm sorry.
No, that was a pretty good one.
I didn't even get it until I thought about it for a second, I'll be honest. That should say how dumb it was. But like good dumb.
Good dog.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bendy. Let's see. Okay, so if we're gonna do that, I'm gonna need to move the bamboo somewhere else.
On an island.
And an island. Mm.
That's right.
We even have an island.
Make one.
Sounds like a lot of work, Bendy. Why don't you make us an island?
Wait, I have to do a little
Why don't you make us an island, Bendy, huh?
Why don't you stop whining?
Nah.
Damn, you really gonna take that?
I guess I have to.
Mouth.
It's worth it, I guess. You know. She's a little goober, but she can't help it. In that right goober. She she can't bring herself.
I'm trying to figure out how to get bamboo saplings. Right, got one. All right, cool.
Boop, 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 boop. You wouldn't happen to have a high amount of grass, would you?
Glass? No.
Glass.
Like grass or glass?
Grass.
Say it right.
Grass.
Bep.
I need grass because I'm about to make a fuck ton of bricks, brother. Actually, about a stack of bricks.
You're saying it wrong anyway, Americans. It's glass.
Filthy
Spell word.
Americans.
Sorry. Has-been empires don't get to make rules anymore.
Your ones talk, American.
Hey, we're still holding on by, fleshy bits.
Barely.
Alright, trust me. Just
At
wait
least-
until
at least we
everything goes
can
wrong.
Just wait until everything goes wrong.
At least we had the privilege to be able to call ours an empire. You have to be so
Hey.
specific. You're like, oh no, it's our zone of
Hey, keep talking shit. You're gonna be dragged into it too.
bet. You wanna bet? Come on then.
You don't
Oh,
I'll
we'll
fight.
bet.
I'll fight.
Well, we'll have to figure out what the coming apocalypse currency is, and we'll bet with that.
Probably bottle caps.
Well, it's the issue of having it as bottle caps.
It's nothing. Shut up.
How could you do this to me?
Or our currency. Our currency will be Victorian age boy chimney sweepers. Alright.
Oh no.
Yeah, see, we tried that once, and then they rebelled.
Yeah, well, see, that's why you can't have an empire anymore.
That's why you're a failed empire.
Yeah, but here's the. I can't say that. that's I. The issue is you can't do that in America because you guys have firearms.
Oh yeah, we'll just trade firearms.
Oh my god, it'll be like Metro. You'll just trade bullets.
Yeah, I mean, probably, honestly. Because if you think about it, if you're brave enough, you can trade bullets for any resources you want.
That's true. I mean, he is technically correct.
I execute 200 trades per second.
Now
my
you're
rotary gun.
sounding. Now you're sounding British. Oh, what a very nice land you have. We'd like to trade it for some bullets.
Shoot first, then nick their country.
Ah, but you don't understand. You don't have a flag, and as such, this isn't your land.
I will say, you guys have a much more marketable flag.
It's because our flag is like a mixture of a bunch of things. Your flag was just like what would look cool on like a sheet of cloth.
Yeah, the merch
stars.
department failed us on that one.
All I'm gonna say is, out of the two of us, which of us has a state within it that has the other one's flag? I don't know if you've seen Hawaii's flag, but they just understand that we're better.
They literally had no reason to do that.
They did.
They just
were
fucking
just like,
did it.
"No, you know what? That's a cool flag."
Like when I saw that, I was like, were they here first? And it was like, no, actually, they were never here. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Technically speaking, if we're gonna go into technicality, we didn't colonize them, but we actually met the Hawaiians. I don't think first. We met the Hawaiians. We had really good relations with the Hawaiians, and then the Americans arrived, and that kind of stopped.
America, fuck yeah.
We should return to the era of forced mercantilism. Alright? Trade with us or die.
You're in it.
Yeah.
Buy Coca-Cola or perish.
I was gonna say, like, every single time someone tries to be like, oh, let's not be capitalist, you have a little part of your country that says, we should do something about that.
Okay, to be fair, hi. You guys were like one of our most reliable allies on that front. Okay.
We just wanted to get rid of slavery, bro.
Well, you just wanted money, like always, like us.
We
I guess the apple doesn't fall far
were
from the tree, huh?
Actually, I don't know if England was the first to
Rush.
get rid of
British
slavery.
spotted. Makes fun of.
Bitch!
What is it with British and Americans where it's like you have to banter? It's like you just have to.
There's
well, you
there's
got it from
probably yeah, I was about to say there's probably a little bit of familial rivalry in there somewhere.
It is a British thing to want to make fun of your own people, and because you are technically our own people.
Okay. So if I go to BritishForums.net and I say, "Hey guys, I'm an American, but
BritishForums.net.
hey guys, my parents or my great grandparents immigrated here, so that basically makes me British too."
My grandpappy.
Let's see how that goes.
Well, no, it's very simple. You are British.
Stop it.
By law.
Not funny.
You're British. You're just not, British.
Oh, Nicomancer. There is a mod and whatnot for Fallout New Vegas that basically kit bashes it with like Fallout 3 and all of the DLCs and whatnot too. Recommend.
Yes, it is called Tale of Two Wastelands, and there are a lot of mods that go alongside it that can basically make it very lore friendly. Well, I say lore friendly, but
Honey wood.
I don't know if you can call it
Yeah,
lore friendly when you can just take a train from the east coast to the west coast. But no, Tale of Two Wastelands is really good, and if you have played both Fallout 3 and New Vegas before, I would suggest that for a playthrough.
My buddy has so many quest mods on Tales of Two Wastelands that the vanilla quests are actually smaller than
Yeah,
the
that seems about right. Well, I've been meaning to play Fallout Nevada, I think it is. There's a bunch of like ones like that where it's just putting the Fallout engine in a completely different setting. And I'm not talking about the Frontier before anyone says, because the Frontier was bad, and just really bad. Also, it lost the. Can you say source and then source? Okay. Do you guys say that different?
Sauce?
Say
water bottle.
Sauce. Water bottle.
Water bottle.
I said water. There was a T in there.
I knew he was going to do that, but I couldn't warn you in time.
A water bottle.
Now you're just being a tryhard about it, though.
Tryhard. A tryhard.
What is
I can't sleep. I don't have a bed.
Oh my god.
There's a VTuber doing the opposite of that.
I hate to tell you, I am in the middle of nowhere.
Sure wish I could go outside and make my bricks, but sadly.
Yeah, I sure do also wish that I could go outside in the daytime as if we had slept for the night.
Can I make a bed? Is that possible?
Yes, you can make a bed by making hay, which is made with grass, which you need a flint knife for.
I have a flint knife.
Alright, you need to get a bunch of grass, and then you put it into a little square, and you need 3 things of hay.
3 things of hay. Okay, yeah, I can get that done.
Hey.
So, I've been saying water bottle in my head, and it just sounds more and more stupid the way I say it every time I repeat it in my head. Sounds like it sounds like I'm slurring my words. Water bowl. Water bowl.
There is no correct way to say water bowl.
Except our way.
Yeah.
Damn you, right?
Yeah.
Lamau.
Just like that. It's so fucking simple, mate. It's fucking Tuesday, innit?
It's so fucking simple, mate. It's fucking Tuesday.
It's so simple, me man could do it.
I have a new favorite genre, and that's people from outside, or even just outside the south of the United States, saying
southern accents.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny. Every time.
I know southern accents from like westerns because my granddad used to love westerns. So I'm like, howdy, how you doing, son?
See, that's
Like-
not a southern accent. That's a Midwestern accent.
Well, I'm
It-
sorry that you
Get
have
it
so
right.
many cardinal directions.
Hey, hey, look, I understand that your nation is fucking tiny, like minuscule, alright?
And yet we have more culture than you.
Well, because you stole it from everybody else.
You're goddamn right, and I'll do it again.
I'll fucking do it again.
Yeah, keep buying all our products.
Thanks for the redeem, Pineapple.
Okay,
I'm
actually-
Fancy playing with
I
you,
can- I
mates. Let me have my bowl of water. It's healthy in it.
Actually,
I can
that's not a
sleep now.
good dig, because listen, can we just all agree to make fun of the French?
That's a fair
You
one.
say that.
Yeah.
I mean, they've almost all. I
You
mean,
don't
you know,
get to make fun of the French. You're not that British yet.
that is
I
true.
am-
We owe the French for totally kind of fucking you guys over in the Civil
Yeah,
War.
that's true.
I am sleeping now.
We're
Alright,
sleeping. Oh.
Excuse me.
Calm down, Vin.
I will admit that is one of my favorite things.
Sleeping?
Sit there and they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, well, you lost like the Revolutionary War," and it's like,
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
Revolutionary War. was stupid.
okay, the Revolutionary War was a side quest for us. Like, we were fighting the 7 Years' War, which
He's
was like
coping, by the way.
the main bit. Damn, you're right. Just
No,
like that.
No. It's like one of those moments in like an RPG where you're just sitting there doing your own thing, and then all of a sudden a new quest marker pops up, and it's just like, what the fuck is that?
You are the Preston Garvey quest.
I will never not be
Suddenly needs
amused
your help.
at how absolutely petty the reason was. Okay, we started a war. The British paid to fight it on our behalf, and then we refused to pay it back.
What the worst part is, even the people who are like, no, it was because we didn't have representation. Yeah, because you were like 5 guys in a shed in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. We're like
Uh-huh.
10 guys.
Why don't we get a seat in Parliament? Who are you? Sorry, who?
That was a long time ago.
No,
Before you were unofficial 52nd state. I'm just kidding. That's canon.
damn. Sorry, why is the White House white?
Oh, racism.
Hi, Charlie.
Actually, that is a question. Do you guys learn about like the War of 1800 as well?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. 7, like all that shit.
I'm
But
gonna be honest.
I mean,
Full disclosure. I'm from like the shitty part of the southern United States, so like most of it was just football, and like they had a
So you
history
don't
chess test with like sitting on a desk nearby.
Am I dying?
okay, here's how European history is taught to us. A bunch
I
of
need you guys to,
Europeans killed each other for thousands of years, and now we're here.
I need you guys to tell me when you're all asleep because I need to run away from the monsters that are trying to kill me. I'm literally in like just the middle of nowhere.
If you just stand still, you'll go to sleep. In a way.
Just count the
I don't
ceiling
think
tiles;
that's
it'll be
how that
over soon.
works. Oh
Just
wait,
let it happen. Go to sleep. Rah, rah. I hate all these dirty
Oh, no.
peasants
Oh, no.
crawling around.
for the record, guys in the shack numbered approximately 1.8 million. Yeah, no, barely anything. Who are you?
Basically nothing. I'm out. No taxation without representation. Pushes Rook over.
The worst part was, I think, if I remember correctly, the main thing was that we had started taxing a bunch of stuff because
The wars.
we were in a war.
Yeah. That's it.
And
Like
it
you
was
were in a fuck off
Every
big
single
war.
other
You're like, no.
colony, every single other colony was like, yeah, that's chill. Like, we understand. And like, America
Nah,
was like,
fuck you.
nuh-uh.
Well, I mean, look, you guys have to have better strategies against the French than just throw billions of dollars at them until they surrender. All right.
Is that not like the American way?
Well, I mean, well,
We get
well, see,
creative with our billions of wasted dollars.
It's
Well,
like it's like
we have this thing called an
like-
economy, though.
It's the difference between the British way of fighting, the American way of fighting, and the Russian way of fighting. The British way
Oh,
of
God.
fighting is throw minorities at the enemy. The American way of fighting
no,
is
no, 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 no,
throw
no, no.
money at the
Those
enemy,
are auxiliaries. You gotta say it right. Those are auxiliaries.
and the Russian way of fighting is throw everything at the enemy.
Everything. Kitchen sink, grenades, other people, friends, neighbors.
Exactly.
I really do enjoy ironic jingoism.
I definitely enjoy ironic. It's why I love Helldivers.
Helldivers at
why-
least.
It's just why are we fighting this war so we can win?
Well, you see, when Tyranids die, they decompose directly into oil.
Delicious, delicious oil.
It's okay. Give it time. The second World War III starts, they'll be saying the exact same thing about Russian troops.
Oh God.
I swear
Nah,
to God,
bro,
if that
you don't
happens and it
understand.
actually works.
You don't understand, bro. Every time we kill a Russian, they just turn into oil.
Don't worry.
I mean, technically speaking, if you wait long enough, that is true.
Also, he has a fair point. Also, not all of the Russians. We have to protect Abel. He's a pretty good one. We like him.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind like checking out.
I don't like
Moscow
where
and
this
stuff.
going. Oh, okay.
I really-
I mean, I wouldn't mind killing Russians, you know.
No, well, like I kind of want to
No.
visit like all of the capital cities, you know.
Yeah.
It is a fair thing. It is. You wanna make the 7, but like the IRL version, instead of just you wanna go to every of like the 7 major capital cities. You know,
Please, don't
New
you dare.
York,
Okay. No.
London,
No. No, that's
France.
just look. All London is a way to launder money. Okay, that's all it is. Just like, kind of like.
Correct. Wait,
You
you
know-
know, money. I'll have you know.
Oh my God. Oh man, I do appreciate y'all. You know.
You joke, but as an American, saying that is very funny of you because it is a very common thing at the moment that there is things called American candy shops opening in the UK, which do just sell like American candy and American food and that. They have been looked at by the UK, like basically the UK version of the IRS. They're money laundering schemes.
Yeah, it makes
Like
sense.
they are just straight up money laundering schemes.
Eat the fucking sugar.
Eat it.
Or-
Well, the worst part is, I don't understand why you would put an American candy store in the UK because, no offense, American candy fucking sucks compared to like a European
That's why
candy.
it's a money laundering scheme.
Exactly.
I do not accept food criticisms. Okay. From the British.
Sorry, we went
The
all
British.
over the world so we could get all their good food.
Oh, wait! Beans on
Don't
toast,
ask me-
innit?
Beans on toast is fucking great. I'll hear
No,
no
it isn't.
shit.
It depends on the
Have
beans.
you ever had beans on toast? Heinz
Depends.
beans, only beans you can have. It's just a way.
Listen, I'm gonna just pretend that no one else in the world eats anything that we eat. Okay, and we invented all of it. Alright? Like pizza.
The cheeseburger is an American invention.
My favorite thing is watching Americans, dumb Americans to be fair, it's not all Americans, watching dumb Americans like look at food from other countries and be like, that's wrong. You see, over here we do like,
that's incorrect. You
Americans
gotta do it right.
looking at Italian pizzas and be like, that doesn't even look round. Like, why does it look so messy? It's like, because it's
be
a
fair,
pizza.
They're two completely different dishes at this point.
They
Yeah.
are. American pizza is its own thing, and most pizza shops in the UK do American style pizza. But
It's
at the same
because
time,
they cook really fast.
exactly, it's good for money.
You know, I mean, like, how long
Kuma
does it take to
says-
fucking cook 6 inches of food?
Kuma
Guys.
says that Greeks were the ones who invented pizza, Bendy.
But they're dead.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Damn it.
I mean, shit. Yeah, no, Greece is dead. The Turks killed them.
The Greeks invented gay people, and I'll always love them for that.
Damn you right.
The Greeks.
Is that's why they're dead. They invented gay people and then they stopped having kids.
And then
This is a true fact. I saw it on Ancient Aliens.
oh, dude, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
The Stonehenge is like some kind of like
It's a
some
piece of
kind of
rock.
like it's some kind of like antenna or some shit. These ancient aliens couldn't find a better material to work with than fucking rocks that they found on the ground.
Exactly. And rather than move them themselves, they had like just regular fucking cavemen move them because you know that makes more sense.
Unga bunga.
Unga bunga.
Also,
I do love all the ones talking about Stonehenge because we like to this day we don't know why Stonehenge was built. Yes, we do.
to look cool.
It was a shrine, like it was just a druidic shrine. Like what is this? Oh, we don't know what it. Maybe you don't.
What do you mean these non-white people made things that looked cool? Impossible. Aliens.
No, it must be aliens.
It is funny that Stonehenge is literally the only fucking thing that they say ancient aliens created in Europe. What about
It's
Europe
weird.
for their fucking like, you know, human husbandry proving grounds or some shit?
Nah. White people are just better. That's why.
Oh,
Please
God.
don't clip that. Please. I have made a terrible mistake.
Would you imagine that? European
Oh,
being
God.
racist.
I mean, okay, when you say, to be fair,
What do you
Kuma,
think
when
about
say,
gypsies? I'm joking, by the way. That's a joke. Don't fucking answer that. It's a joke, nerd. Please.
Listen,
Oh god.
over here, we call them. Actually, I don't
Uh-huh.
know what we call them over here. I think we're called travelers, but then that's
Uh-huh.
also Irish travelers as well. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh we. Oh
We
yeah.
have-
Yeah. Uh-huh.
we
Yeah.
have very.
Give them back their country. Give them back Northern Ireland, you bastards.
Bro, they have Northern Ireland. Who the fuck do you think lives in Northern Ireland? I'll give you a hint. It's
Yeah.
Northern Irish.
Uh-huh.
Nobody exists there. It's a lie.
I want to
Sure,
go in.
you're
I
right.
want to go into Ireland and be like, hey, you know, my middle name's O'Brien, so
I want.
I'm basically Irish.
I want you to go to Northern Ireland, walk up to someone, and say, "You're not really Irish. You're British."
I don't want to get
see
blown
what
up, dude.
Kuma, no, please. Kuma, you can't do this to me. Kuma, please, no. My entire career.
You know what's funny? Ironically,
It's a good while it lasted.
my original, like the actual people in my family that were like legit like immigrants, when they arrived here and they bought a house in the South, the KKK arrived and burned a cross in their yard
That sounds about right.
because they were
Like,
Irish and
I think
Catholic.
Americans, you guys will sit there and be like, oh, I say you guys, that sounds mean. Dumb Americans, specifically the dumb ones, will sit there and be like, oh, we're such a multicultural society. Like, we have all kinds of cultures. Yeah, and you keep trying to oppress them.
True, but we do have them.
Yeah, tell me about the ones you had in the 1800s, bro.
That's fine.
Well, you know, listen, wait, is the British are Protestant, right? Largely.
We
Or
are
they-
Anglican, which is kind of like Protestant. It's like
Okay,
a
so it was your fucking idea to hate Catholics. It's your fault. You did it to us.
we didn't hate Catholics. We just didn't want to be them.
You didn't hate motherfucker. You killed millions of them.
Millions of
Burned down
Catholics?
church.
Nuh-uh. We just took their money away, and then
Nuh-uh.
they may have died afterwards. But
Wait,
we did
I don't know history. I thought the whole 7 Years' War was all about murdering the shit out of Christians.
Okay, this is the issue you get to in history, where you kind of have to be like, was this religious, or were they just saying it was religious because
religious.
that means we can get more land from these people?
They specifically targeted churches.
Does that mean-
Also,
I
I
don't know
want
anything else.
my Catholic relics back that you stole.
no.
Uh,
Pretty. I
Wait,
guess I saw that one coming.
Are you God?
Yes.
That's not very Catholic of you. I'm
Maybe?
telling the Pope.
Just
Damn,
give me back
bro.
my shit.
I can't believe I met Jesus. He
pretty
looks
chill.
like a lizard.
Man, imagine that plot twist, though.
Oi, have you made me some porridge?
No, because I don't have a cooking pot, Bendy.
Oh. I'm hungry.
I know you're hungry. I gave you some bamboo shoots to tide you over. Where cookie pot?
Cookie pot.
Where
Cookie.
cooking pot?
Cookie pot.
Where?
Yay, the cookie pot.
Hungry.
Push you, Bendy, over.
I'm hungry.
Why have you done this, Kuma? Please, no. Not
Why
like
have
this.
you done this?
Kuma fucking clipped me saying white people are superior.
Thanks, Luna.
Why have you done this to me?
I'll keep this as blackmail for later.
So, what did you mean by that, by the way?
What?
Yeah,
Ask
Rook,
the
what
KKK.
did you mean by that?
I don't know. You guys started that shit.
Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious, is all.
Sorry. Who abolished slavery?
It's like,
Oh yeah, that was us. In one state, yes. In the rest of them, maybe not.
in one state?
Haiti. One of the first slave revolts.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they actually took over the whole damn island almost, half of it.
Yeah,
really.
and then the French came along. I think the French like helped them, and then came back later and was like, "By the way, you owe us money because we helped you." And they were like, "But we don't have money." It's like, "Ah, damn, that's such a shame. You still owe us money."
Man, that's crazy. Anywhere, we're money.
It is crazy that despite all of the
we
myriad,
don't have a state or an economy. Damn, that's a shame. Where's my money?
Bendy, where? Bendy. Where cook pot?
right here.
One of the good thing about living in an exotic culture is not propaganda of multiculturalism back then. So now we have actual multiculturalism here. I mean, that is the best part, which is, I mean, okay, in an ex-Soviet country, if you're in Eastern Europe, fantastic. Well, obviously not fantastic, but like in terms of multiculturalism, fantastic, because you were the kind of guys the Russians were like, yeah, they're Slavic, we like these guys. If you live in a Middle Eastern ex-Soviet country, ain't as good over there. Because as much as the Soviets like to say, oh yeah, no, equality for everyone, it was very much equality for everyone except specifically these guys.
We're the most equal.
Exactly. Equality for Slavic people.
Slavic.
Then again, even Slavic is like a very debatable term.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna be a jingoist on it. It's pronounced Slavic. All right, you're wrong. I will. I have no evidence. No reason to believe that.
I have no evidence, and I will not be taking any questions.
Nice argument, Senator. Mind if you back it up with a source? My
Sources, I made it the fuck up.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I mentioned nowadays immigration policy. Yeah, exactly the issue, which is like you have so much like Slavic multiculturalism, and now that you have a lot of immigration from like ex-Soviet Middle Eastern countries, like you get like the Turkmenistan around that area, a lot of the stands.
Hey,
You then
Bendy,
have people
I'm gonna
going,
go-
"Hang
I'm gonna
on,
go check on the
those
bees that I was
were-
harassing earlier.
Heavy
Okay.
temporal
No, never
storm is
mind.
imminent." Oh boy.
I hate these, honestly.
Please file
No,
into
the-
your safe locations for the moment of
Sa-
terror.
safe locations.
Good
The
luck,
safe
Rook. Lamau.
The safest location is the start screen.
But no, it's why whenever I find I think they're called tankies by like leftist people. I just call them Soviet booze.
Bendy, you know
Um,
that these bamboo shoots don't cook, right?
I am gonna die. Don't worry, Ice.
No.
I'll die happy. But yeah, whenever you get people who are like, oh yeah, the Soviet Union was great. It's like, it was great for, like, some people.
It was great for the people that were literally starving, but beyond that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh boy, I hope I get shot in the neck.
Why are there cogs in the sky?
We're gonna get to listen to Rook have a very fun time.
Why have I
Auri.
entered like a fucking Banjo-Kazooie level?
It's okay.
What do you mean? All those posters said it was great. I mean, you've got me there. Those posters, they were really good posters. So, how long does a temporal storm last?
How long as it wants to.
Oh. Are there gonna be enemies?
Oh man,
Then-
yeah.
There's a lot of enemies, but they're really weak. Just run out there
I'm
and get them.
just going
Don't
to
listen to
keep
Bendy.
running. I am just not going to stop.
They can also spawn directly in front of you, so
I just saw that how
be prepared to dodge.
one of them just dropped from a fucking tree. That was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It would be great if I could actually see where I was going. I've walked into I've cornered myself.
Ori,
Oh,
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Oh,
Whenever you see a McDonald's in another country, do you feel like a weird sense of guilt?
Kind of.
Me too.
don't be. Macca's is fucking great.
No,
That's the
no,
Stockholm
no.
syndrome talking.
I swear to God, if your McDonald's is better than ours, I'm suing.
I mean, your McDonald's has like more food. Our McDonald's has better food, from what I've heard from like English people going to America.
Do they put beans on it?
No, what the fuck? we do have. Do you guys have like breakfast menu on your one?
Yes.
Do you guys have like the egg McMuffins and stuff like that?
Yep, they're pretty good.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Like, to be fair, egg McMuffin does sound like a very British thing.
You're an egg McMuffin.
Damn, how could you say that?
Dude,
My
it
mouth.
sounds. I could imagine a British person using McMuffin as like some kind of pet for their girlfriend. Like, come here, little
What,
McMuffin.
I mean,
Anyway,
you
listen.
say that,
I
like,
closed my eyes for a second there.
Do you have the? Do they serve the ones over there where the instead of using biscuit bread or whatever, they use pancake for the bread?
I don't trust any American saying biscuit. What do you mean by this?
Bicket.
What is well you? How do you explain this? Like biscuits, you just make it like you can make it at home from flour.
So American biscuits is British scones.
Scones then.
Yeah.
Do you have the ones that where they make the scones out of a pancake?
I don't think so. If you can find like a picture of it, I could probably tell you. But I also hate the breakfast menu. Like this may be a controversial opinion. If I go to McDonald's, I want a burger because I went to McDonald's.
I feel you on that one, honestly. And
Like,
like,
the breakfast menu doesn't have burgers on it. Why would you have a burger shop that doesn't sell burgers at one point in the day?
For fun.
Nah.
do you guys do you have you ever had Taco Bell?
We used to have a Taco Bell in a coastal town near me. It lasted about a month.
I can see that happening though.
The worst part is it wasn't even like, oh, you know, British people just don't like Mexican food. It was just bad. Like,
Yeah.
we have Mexican like cuisine over here.
Okay,
I hate using the word
so-
cuisine 'cause it's posh. But
I don't want to be pedantic, but Taco Bell isn't Mexican food; it's Tex-Mex, which is slightly different.
Tell me, what's the second part of that?
Tex-Mex, but
Yeah.
to call it is squarely an American food. Like,
Sorry, I'm not American. I'm a Californian. Get it right.
go to Mexico and see where the opinion is on that. Be like, hey guys,
Uh,
Taco Bell's my favorite Mexican food.
No, we
I just,
no, no,
oh
no.
my god.
holds up hand.
I
We have
jumped into
somebody.
some,
We have somebody who can settle this. Rush.
I jumped into some water thinking it was the ocean. It is not the ocean. It's a massive fucking cave.
Yeah.
I have made a mistake.
You'll be fine.
They are swimming towards me.
Swim faster than they do.
Yeah. Don't worry, they don't
Okay,
spawn.
but
Okay.
the issue is, I swim faster than they do. Where do I swim?
Okay, 9.
You want a pepper? Yeah, you want that. Come on, girl, you can get the damn pepper.
But no, while it may be Tex-Mex, I stand by that there is a certain point of cultural blending where you are just that culture. Like, you can sit there and oh, I'm not English, I'm Yorkshire. No, you are just from the north of England.
Rush.
Oh god, here we go.
So Rush, is Tex-Mex or is Taco Bell, even better, a good representation of Mexican cuisine?
I need to know now. I'm too interested.
I'm not sure if he can hear me. I think he probably can hear me. But he might be ignoring me because it made him mad.
Yeah, see what you did. You did a racism, Rook.
I mean, yeah, I'm British. It's in my blood.
Uh-huh. They're fundamentally racist.
Bro, we invented racism.
Oh.
You were born in the race. Was it? You merely adopted the racism. I was born in it, molded by it.
I didn't recognize another sapient species till I was a man.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, I
Damn,
got
that did so much damage. I was on like half health.
Yeah, it's a nightmare drifter.
My stuff is gone.
Didn't bury himself in a 1x1 hole.
Where can I hide? I'm gonna go hide in the tavern.
When I was playing on my fun vintage story mode, I would just bury myself and then like play a game while I waited.
But yeah, the Taco Bell did not last very long. Like, we have Nando's, which is like I think it's Colombian?
So I
It's
think,
South American.
I think probably a
It's
big
like,
reason why Taco Bell didn't really survive all that well where you're at, because I think food is cheaper over there, isn't it? Like, you can just get, like, you know, food from smaller places and it's a lot more affordable, yeah? Question
In
mark?
comparison, yeah, you can go out to a restaurant and not, like, it won't
Alright.
break your, like,
Alright,
wallet.
so, like, the Taco Bell's niche is Tex-Mex adjacent, made out of, like, cat food.
Basically, incredibly cheap.
Yes.
You know, I hate to come to Taco Bell's defense. Their beef is actually, genuinely speaking, some of the best beef you can get from fast food in America, at least. As in, when I say best beef, I mean fresh, not fucking like poisoned with shit.
Oh god, I can't open any of the doors. I can't open any of the doors in town.
And Auri, they actually did that specifically because of that accusation.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kuro.
And that's another thing I was going to say. It's actually some of the best, like Bendy said, it's some of the best beef that you can get.
However, I counter that point with some of the best beef you can get in America.
Yeah, that's it. That was the whole elaboration.
Which isn't the best, like... it's like saying, oh, have you seen this art? It's the best thing I've ever seen in this isolated cave.
Hey, didn't you guys sell poison beef that killed people or something?
No, I think that was you.
No, that was totally you. I remember that shit. Mad cow disease.
Oh, mad cow disease? Yeah, we had a big outbreak of mad cow disease, but you know what we did? We changed how we do our beef because of that.
You stopped feeding
It's
them
okay,
cows.
We did in fact stop feeding them cows. I can't even remember how that actually came across. I think it was a
Rush. The
So they would
question
grind
was,
up
Rush it
all the
back.
bones and organs,
Rush
and
bones.
then
we back. The question, Rush, was: do you feel that Taco Bell is an adequate example of Mexican cuisine? Rush does sometimes get a hyper focus because he does good work.
I'm scared that Russia's going to be like, no, and I no longer want to talk to her.
Well,
I mean,
lament.
yeah, that is a pretty fair reaction.
That's the reaction that I was expecting.
Taco Bell's Tex-Mex. That is what they have been saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, to a British man, you say Tex-Mex to us, and we kind of assume Mexican food because it
Alternatively,
has Mex in it.
alternatively, Rush, is Tex-Mex an adequate representation of Mexican food?
Oh no. Tex-Mex isn't even an adequate representation of food from what I've heard.
Some of it's really good. All right. Some
I
of
ain't
it's
gonna
pretty
lie,
good.
Just not the stuff from Taco Bell.
I will fucking stand by the gordita. Alright. And I will also stand by their fucking Power Bowls. That shit is delicious. And actually kind of good for you.
Oh, hi, Rook. Welcome in. Why
Hi.
are you
So-
here? Were you fleeing for your life?
Damn, how could you say such a thing? Just, hi, why are you here?
Hey,
I didn't really have anywhere to go. I tried to go south. I died.
Get him. Take his flesh. We're gonna eat him.
To be fair, my sanity is at like half.
Black
My mum had
Guard.
Mexican food while she was in Mexico. To be fair, my brother and his now wife went on their honeymoon to Mexico, and apparently it was really nice.
That's an interesting statement, Rush. Tex-Mex is just Mexican food with an identity crisis.
See, that's what I was saying.
It's actually pretty good because I've had authentic. Okay, Rush, there is a little Mexican restaurant spot that I have near here. They do sell Tex-Mex stuff, but they also sell things like nopales and things like that, like authentic Mexican food. And that place is delicious.
Listen, one time, me and my dad went to a family friend. She lives in Mexico, but she was coming to the States to visit. And she made for us fried cactus. And that shit was so fucking good. And I've
Nopales.
never... It was so good. I've been chasing that dragon ever since.
Mexico has soul food. Nothing Mexico makes is wrong. Okay,
Rick's about to be wrong.
Do you live in America? Because if so, it's not that Mexico has solved food and that they make really good food. It's just that America has not solved food. Like, Americans will sit there and make fun of British food and then be like, "Oh, what's that? Meatloaf." What is meat like? It's a brick of meat.
Listen.
His palate is so
they,
dead.
they took
that he-
they took the melting pot of the world very seriously, and we just make loaves of things.
Look, at least when we got a load of cultures to our country, we took the good bits.
Did you though?
Yeah, chicken tikka masala is fucking lit.
Well, okay, let me put it to you this way. Not once. I ask you what kind of food you serve in your country,
Yes,
but you don't ask me the same question because you already know. You know?
exactly.
Actually,
Okay, let me put it this way. Have you heard of all of
Good luck,
most
Rush.
of the horrible things going on in other countries? Like horrid, crimes against humanity.
Well, I mean, no, because I worry about news that's important to me.
Damn, that
Oh,
is
God.
very American. Have you heard of all the bad things going on in the world? No, because I don't care.
Irrelevant. Next question. Ugh.
I will say one of the funniest things I ever saw was one time I was looking for a news story and I couldn't remember it, but I knew the BBC had reported on it, so I'll go to the BBC, right? and British News was his own tab, and I said, "Come on, don't cuck yourself just for my clicks, bro. Damn."
It
Come on.
probably was. I said
Well,
it was probably because you went to the BBC website and it automatically said, "Your IP is from America. You get to go to BBC.com."
That's exactly what it was. But I was just like, no, come on, man. Just put our news in the worldwide news like everybody else. Don't cuck yourself for me.
Yeah, but
You know,
British News is so
Charlie-
shit.
Charlie, I will argue that pemmican is actually pretty damn good if it's made outside of the strict necessity of being a survival food. You can make
Is it
some
pemmican just
fucking
like
good soups
the-
with that.
I'm not gonna say what I was about to say because I feel like it's a hate crime.
Okay,
Isn't,
go on.
Isn't pemmican just trail mix with extra steps?
Basically,
It's
yeah.
actually-
It's like ancient trail mix, and it's prepared in a very specific way that makes it last forever.
Like so fucking long, yeah.
Apparently, no, I mean, it was really, really tasty for people who didn't have anything to cook with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like oh, what's the one
it's-
like naval ships?
You know what? You know what? I'll let you continue
Contact.
here in a second, Rush or Rook. I would say
Yeah.
that pemmican is very, very tasty for a recipe that says salt optional.
Yeah. It's like hardtack. It was never meant to taste amazing. It was just meant to be good for travelers.
Well, it was to preserve meat and berries. Really,
Yeah.
it's actually a Native American. I think it's a Native American thing.
It is
They've
Native
had it
American.
forever.
Pemmican, yeah.
I might have
And
done
as
that on
soon as-
purpose, Rush.
You just fucking mix me with Rook.
Yeah, I
Damn.
knew he was fighting a boss, so I decided to do that. It's not really jerky, Charlie. So like the thing that you do with pemmican is like you dry the meat and then you grind it up into like a powder and then you mix that dry desiccated meat powder with like fat
right back.
and berries and sometimes grains and that's it.
I hate to tell you, pineapples, you can make meat taste bad.
Yeah, you can.
In fact, it's like it's. I feel like we do this as well. It's both an American and English pastime to make meat taste bad.
Boiled meat is a sin.
Especially boiled meat and seafood are the most common ones.
Boiled
here's the
meat
thing.
without it being used for something else like a sauce. So you can boil chicken. You want to do that? You can boil chicken. Boil it. It makes it real tender. Then you take it and you mix it with sauce and seasonings. You eat boiled chicken by its damn self, you are a psychopath.
I used to have a friend who would eat mincemeat just on its own, not even cooked.
How many people have they killed?
Fair question. None that we've found. Then
Uh-huh.
again, they have a way of getting rid of the body.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh my god. I've also
Many
watched
things
someone
to be
make
seen,
their
Charlie.
own gene therapy and cure lactose intolerance.
It's amazing
I-
what you can do with an understanding of the world and natural resources.
Yeah. To be fair, lactose intolerance is one of those things where it's like an incredibly human thing.
Chicken
Like-
soup is good, Abel. I'm talking about taking like a chicken breast, just like a standalone chicken breast, boiling it in
Boiling it.
unseasoned water, and then eating that chicken outside of the water. People do that, and they are psychopaths. And they eat people. They literally eat people and skin them alive. I will not be taking any questions.
I must admit, as someone from the UK, I do technically have to include Scotland in our culinary arts, and I do have to mention haggis. Though, I feel like haggis is on the same level as like clam chowder, where it's like you hear what's in it and you look at it and you think, that looks disgusting, but it probably tastes really nice.
The ingredients sound like it would be okay. That looks like trash, but it sounds like it
Like
would taste
clam
okay.
chowder looks like what happens after you have all those ingredients, and then you don't like those ingredients.
Apple, have you been staring into the cube again and it's affecting your brain? Gently picks Apple up, looks into ear. Are you good? Do you unironically eat boiled chicken with no seasonings at all? Like you don't even like put it in a soup base,
Specifically boiled,
salt.
not like baked or roasted or just boiled.
That's what you feed fucking prisoners when you want to be mean.
We love the cube.
We love the cube.
All I can think of is that one Transformers meme. Before anything else, there was the cube.
Benny, repair your armor.
Ah.
Use the firewood, repair your armor.
So like, I love onions so fucking much.
Onions are
Okay.
Onions are
delicious.
great. Onions go with anything.
I love onions. You're making fun of meatloaf, but like, one of my favorite things in the whole world is like meatloaf with a more than a normal amount of onions inside.
Yes.
I make fun of
so good.
meatloaf not because meatloaf is inherently bad, but the idea
Yeah.
of meatloaf just sounds less than the like sum of its parts.
Yeah,
But-
that's
Like
fair.
you have
I
all
can
of that
respect
stuff. Why would you make meatloaf?
All right,
think
all right,
they-
Apple. All right, Apple. I can concede this point if like the chicken has a decent flavor, but
Unflavored chicken is like a 50-50 anyway, no matter how you make it.
It's always nasty.
Like, there are people that I know who will cook a chicken in the oven, not add like salt, pepper, any kind of spices, anything like that, and we'll just say that, yeah, this is great.
I believe it. Honestly, people don't like try hard. I say this as somebody. I'm not gonna say I can't cook
I can't
because I
cook.
can.
I barely know how to make an omelette.
no, you can
I
both
just-
cook.
I just don't cook. Okay, that's the difference. And
I
I probably
can-
will eventually have to become a person that cooks frequently. Which
I
I'm
can
okay with.
follow a recipe. Like, that is
That's
the
cooking.
extent of my cooking. Yeah, but like, there are people out there who you just put ingredients in front of them. I'm not looking at any recipe, anything. I can make something out of this and just fucking like
Yeah.
make a 3-course meal
Except
And do
Auri.
you know how they do that?
by learning
because-
a shitload of recipes.
Don't say practice.
Because they've learned recipes and they understand how certain things work together, so they can adapt that knowledge to the ingredients in front of them.
But you see, it's that second bit.
So you just
I don't
continue cooking
understand
things
how
with recipes.
anything works together.
But that's scary.
Hey, just
Actually,
do it.
there is one thing, which is anything goes well with cheese.
Yeah, that's fair.
In
Look, I
fact,
cannot-
cheese goes well with a different kind of cheese.
Or
Literally,
just more of the
there-
cheese that you have. Fuck it.
There is no item of food that you could tell me does not go with cheese.
Red
Actually,
velvet
I
cake.
want someone to explain this to me, okay?
Cringe. Go on.
Okay, so like, if you make a grilled cheese with American cheese, very delicious. If you just eat American cheese straight, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's because it's because the bread is the flavor in that dish, my guy.
Yeah.
No, I'm being dead serious. Like, melted American cheese is really good.
Yeah, like a
But like,
grilled
if it's
cheese-
solid,
Mm.
It's because you guys managed to make cheese worse.
why?
Like you look at Europe with like
Cheaper, you
the
mean.
literal cheese culture that we have. Like we have name a cheese. It is probably named after somewhere in the UK that it came from. Not in, the
Gouda.
UK, in Europe that it came from. Gouda came from the region of Gouda in Italy, I believe.
Nice.
I
Anyway.
was actually, I had a suspicion, and I was correct. American cheese, when cooked, actually undergoes chemical changes that releases fats and makes it actually more cheese-like
that's
than it
fucking
was. So
I mean, to be fair,
you have to activate the American cheese to make it kind of cheese-like.
you have to activate the cheese.
Activate the cheese button
But
clicks.
Ori, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like cooked American
Yeah.
cheese is really good.
It's the same with a lot of stuff where cooking in itself
Like raw
is
meat.
a chemical. Yeah, exactly. You joke, but yeah, cooking in itself is a chemical process.
No, it's a process of love.
I've never
But you're
had
right.
applewood smoked cheddar, but it sounds delicious, and I want some. Hi, Matcha.
Applewood smoked cheddar. Yeah.
I'm
Any-
so glad this country moved past this stupid ass bacon obsession.
Did it?
Yeah, compared to what it used to be, yeah. Like,
No. Do you
they
not
were
remember? There was a YouTube channel. It's gonna kill me that I can't remember what the YouTube channel was. It was literally a bunch of guys cooking, and they would just cook with bacon every single time. Someone is gonna inevitably yell out on the Twitch thing.
Like, I love bacon, don't get me wrong. But I love eating bacon. I don't like eating bacon wrap shit. Okay?
I like pork. Pork is good.
Porking
Epic
around
Epic
America.
Mealtime. Thank you, Kuma. I knew one of you would come through with that. Epic Mealtime. Absolutely fantastic. They would just sit there and they would be like the manliest men, and they would just cook. And it'd be like, oh, we're gonna
Did they
make
kiss?
like, God, I wish. They're gonna make like a massive fucking like sandwich the size of a table, and they're gonna add like a fucking ton of a literal ton of bacon into it, and it would be absolutely glorious.
I'm hungry.
Gladly, same to be fair. Canadians love bacon. Yeah, it's because you guys have like, you guys put like, this sounds really stereotypical, but you put like maple syrup on your bacon.
It's
Like,
so good.
Maple
Oh
syrup,
my god.
fantastic.
It's so good. Ah!
Like it sounds like I am being offensive and like stereotypical, but that is something you do.
You guys have been so offensive for so long, you can't even tell when you're doing it anymore.
Correct.
I love it.
It just comes naturally.
I'm Bendy, by the way.
Hi, Bendy. Pat. Go for it, Zog.
Yeah, no, I am.
Why are
I-
you gay?
There is a single thing that is a bacon wrapped meal that I will always accept, and that's pigs in blankets.
Pigs and blankets are good.
Yeah, that shit is
Which, to
good.
be fair, American pigs in blankets is weird because you guys call sausage rolls pigs in blankets.
Yes, because they're little piggies.
In a blanket.
Exactly.
Okay, so the difference is weird because
Is
in the UK, pigs in blankets are little cocktail sausages wrapped in bacon, and sausage rolls are sausages in pastry.
What's it like to be
But
wrong?
then you guys like the fuck off. I work at Greg's. I made
What's
sausage
a Greg's?
rolls.
Doesn't sound like it's real.
One time I
Sure.
ate so many cocktail sausages that I threw up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It was
That's
so
very American of you.
good. Hey, listen, your bigotry is starting to get a little out of control. All right, we're gonna have to tie you down and beat you. Okay?
Damn.
With sticks.
Just like that. I don't even have to pay you.
Oh, thank
You have to pay for everything here, dude.
Why would bacon be a blanket? Because, okay, right. What blanket have you had that's thicker than your body?
Okay,
Weighted
okay.
blanket?
What blanket have you had that's fucking crispy? Eh? What
My
bacon you
lawyer is
had?
telling
What
me
blanket
not
you
to
had?
answer this question.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Look, if you don't wash it for a while,
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to eat no crispy ass blanket.
but no, I will always suggest proper pigs and blankets to people. They go really well with like a roast Sunday. Oh wait, do you guys do like roast chicken for Sunday dinner? Do you have like
Roast-
big like, okay, like Thanksgiving dinner?
roast chicken. I mean, honestly, nowadays people just kind of cook whatever they want. So yes,
So
you can
it's
get
a
them at
massive,
Walmart. LOL.
Oh yeah, no. Obviously, you can have it like whatever you want, but it is a British tradition on Sunday to have a Sunday dinner, which is like roast chicken, roast potatoes, roast vegetables, all that, like proper roast dinner.
Mm.
Which the only thing I've ever been able to think of that being is like Thanksgiving. but we just kind of have it every Sunday.
That sounds nice.
Kind of, yeah.
So beautiful.
Though Thanksgiving is more likely to be either turkey or pork.
Oh yeah, you guys have
So-
turkey because you came over and they were like, here is literally like the only beast here that we tame. And they're like, oh shit.
Cajillion turkeys, bruh. Also, my family on particular, we always do honey. What do you call it? Like honey basted, honey whatever.
Honey
ham.
glazed ham.
Honey glazed ham. Yep. It's candy. It's fucking candy. It's
They
so
do.
good. I
I roast
love.
chicken whenever I feel like roasting chicken. The queen be down. Why? It's nothing. There is no queen.
You
Queen
can tell.
said, isn't it?
You can tell.
There-
You can tell. Bendy really did like what he was talking about because he trailed off and he's like, "It's so good."
I love it.
There is no Easter Bunny. There is no Tooth Fairy.
God
and there
is
is
dead.
no Queen of England. I have duck on
Imagine
Thanksgiving.
having a king, bro.
It's weird considering like I have so many friends who celebrate Thanksgiving, obviously in America. I'm not gonna be. Oh yeah, I have friends who celebrate Thanksgiving. He's this Indian guy who lives in Bengal. But no, like, I have so many friends who celebrate Thanksgiving, and I will just sit there and be like, you realize you could just have this meal, like, any other time.
Yeah.
It's just an excuse to get together and eat a big fat meal, you know?
You guys
Right.
need excuses for that?
The weirdest cultural export I think we've ever had is the Japanese custom of eating a bucket of chicken from KFC on
Yes.
Christmas.
Yep.
It's so weird and specific, but I mean, I'm
did this.
okay with it.
You Americans did this.
Well, I'm pissed because I feel like KFC cheated on us because our shit got terrible. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Ori?
You put it there.
No, as soon as they
It
met
wasn't like a
Japanese,
national fucking decision to send KFC over to Japan. Like, yeah, let's fucking get
You
them.
you joke.
deploying.
I hate to tell you, while it wasn't a literal national decision, Americanization of Japan was like a major push after World War II.
Well,
Like, I hate to say that you guys sent KFC over there, but you sent KFC over there.
look, everything that we do wrong is at least somewhat your fault, okay?
I thought you were about to say, like, everything we do wrong didn't happen.
Exactly, I think.
I mean,
Listen.
it was our fault. If we hadn't have, like, pushed you to join World War II, Japan wouldn't have been pushed to declare war on you.
Well, you know, it's funny. Like we say, like, oh, Americans weren't involved. The amount of fucking guns, bullets, and bombs we were selling, we were pretty fucking involved.
Oh,
You know-
you were sending, like, guns, bullets, and bombs, but we even had to, like, beg for that shit. You
So,
guys just really
yeah,
did
it's true.
not care.
So, like, what's kind of crazy is, like, you know, the USSR like counter push.
Yes.
You know,
Are you about
like,
to tell us how
the majority of
happened
their
if-
ammunition came from Americans.
God fucking the majority of the ammunition came from the dead bodies of the person before them. What are you talking about?
No, it's just, you know, it's
I
just
watched
so
Enemy
much
Attack.
cheaper to fight wars when you just let
It's
other people
Addy
do it.
Matcha.
Look, hey, I wonder if we're doing something like that right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
could be happening. What are you talking about? We don't talk about actual world politics here. We talk about the past. Don't be silly.
I know some interesting British lore, actually.
all right. I'll bite.
Lore?
So,
Lore?
so the British wanted to make
I can't believe the British retconned the Revolutionary War.
So like Americans had a super advanced spy satellite, which the British loved asking to borrow so they could spy on the Balkans, right?
Yeah, that seems about right.
However, some fuck shit started happening in Afghanistan, and whenever the British would ask to use it, we were like, no, we need it for Afghanistan.
That also
And
seems
so-
about right. Yeah.
The British wanted their own spy satellite, but they didn't want to hurt American feelings. So they wanted to do it in top secret. And then one of their own autistic reporters dug and dug and dug and dug and dug and dug and found out. And then like this shit was like the most secret thing the British military has ever done. Like not even exaggerating. It was more secret than their nuclear program, right?
Right.
And then on national television, this reporter just looks this dude like one of the like I don't know what his title was, but you know, he was like high up in the defense.
Minister?
Yeah. He just asked him directly to his face. He's like, "So where's that spy satellite you guys totally launched?" And the dude just looked at him. He's like,
Fuck.
you're not yeah. And that's it. That's the end of the lore, and I think it's really interesting. And Americans did get their feelings hurt. Actually.
Yeah, that is
got a little
the
butthurt.
most reporter thing I've ever heard.
I have mixed feelings about your guys' reporters.
Oh, to be fair, our reporters, we have so many at this point that pretty much every single ideology has its own like little fucking newspaper.
Well,
we have
like
very big newspaper culture and not so much like news, like actual TV news culture. Well, you guys are kind of the opposite.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know which one I like worst. Probably TV because it brain rots our older generation. Terribly badly.
I hate to tell you, it's the exact same in our country with newspaper. And they'll pick up like the most right wing newspaper. What do you mean? I just like it for the columns. Like, yeah,
dude, I ain't gonna lie.
Bad bit.
Every time, like 9 out of 10 times, I hear about journalists doing some incredibly fucked up shit. They're British. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that shit where they're like, this little girl got killed on national television. Let's hack into her phone and read her fucking text on fucking tape. Or
See,
put it in the newspaper.
do you want to know why? Do you want to know why you always hear about British people doing it? Because when the Americans do it, the government helps them fucking cover it up.
True. The way the laws are set up, if you say it's news, you can do just about literally anything. Honestly.
Yeah, pretty much.
As long as it's not literally just a rando that no one knows about, if their name shows up in Google search, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
As long as you have a news network, you're good. Like, you're fine. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm pressed, bro. My freedoms.
All the ones that have the news networks right now are the shitty ones.
Sadly, there's a fucked up symbiosis happening between the Murdochs and other tabloids over where you live. They're like melding together into this fucked up chimera of bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not looking forward to it. Now they're gonna be like, the gays are causing Satan. That's coming. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Just Alex Jones.
Oh, dude.
Turn the freaking frogs, guy.
So Ori.
Hey, wake up.
You want to hear some bad news?
Sure.
Okay, so Florida made it legal. They made it to where
this is gonna be good. You started Florida.
Yeah, so Florida made it to where schools must allow volunteer chaplains to enter schools.
Yes, I saw about this. And as protest, the Church of Satan, who technically are actually part of that because they are an actually recognized church, have then said, if you're allowing this, you're allowing us to teach your children as well.
There's a second part to the story, though. In that law that he signed, he specifically named them and excluded them as not a real religion. Which, according to American constitutional law, that is extremely illegal.
Yeah, I was saying that's like one of the first things is like freedom of religion.
Yeah, DeSantis is a fucking idiot. I can't tell if he's I can't tell if he's a troll or just evil.
So there's a conspiracy theory actually, because he's passing a lot of laws that are like violate the federal constitution, right?
Yeah.
Like flagrantly, like not even like a question, right?
So
and he's doing it over and over again. But here's the thing. He decides who the state lawyers are, right? And the state lawyers are paid out of the state coffers. So there's a conspiracy theory because one of his biggest donors is the law firm that works for the state. So people think he's doing this to literally launder money to his biggest donor. And I honestly fucking kind of believe it.
Why
The
is that one of your
American
assignments,
government-
Charlie?
Jesus, I can't believe I knows how to talk about how Jesus helps me The fuck happened to secularism in your country? Jesus
That's not
Christ.
good.
Secularism,
fucking thing,
smecularism.
That's
Looks like
That's
we need more
really-
prayer in schools.
whew,
Church and state? No, they're the same thing, guys.
so
But no, I hate to tell you, I am in no way shocked that the American government is corrupt.
Yes.
what are you
Like-
talking about? We've never done anything wrong ever.
This is the issue. The more freedom you get, the more corruption you allow. Because then you go,
Whoa! Are you
I am
You hear this?
fucking commie. Because you'll sit there and you're like, oh, I'm completely free to give this £500,000, dollar check to this politician, who is, funnily enough, going to be voting in a bill that helps me. Because
Oi, do you
I'm
have
free.
a license for that opinion? Sorry, that was my counterpoint. Yes. It's fucking stupid.
You're good. It is a counterpoint. Our licensing bullshit in this country is bad, but at the same time,
is it true that if you build a shed without telling anybody, they'll burn your house down?
Okay, I need to ask. Have you seen Maxor's Metal Gear Solid 3 video?
Probably.
Please go watch it. The entire joke is just Ocelot will just show up and be like, "Capitalist American, is it true that in capitalist America,
Yes, I remember that.
run
Yeah.
free?" Like, that's what this is. It true that if you build a shed in monarchist UK, that your house will be burned to the ground?
Monocorist UK.
That's okay,
Oh my
Kuma.
God.
Vintage Story isn't a very clippable game either way, and we are yammering about
Sweet
some,
chill.
let's call it some fuck shit.
Some controversial bullshit. It's slightly better that you're not clipping anything, to be honest. I feel like the more you clip, the more we see, like, just us getting cancelled.
No, I won't get canceled because I accept no criticism. All right. All of you
can't
bastards
cancel
are
me,
wrong and stupid. All
They
right.
can't cancel me. I'll just say no.
Yeah.
Remember,
What are
you
they gonna
cannot
do?
legally be canceled
Cancel
unless
me?
you consent.
I'll just say no again.
Okay. To be honest, you want to know how you avoid cancellation? Simply do not acknowledge or engage with the topic at all, and just wait and continue doing what you're doing, and eventually new
The
people will forget.
politician way.
Thank you, Kuma. Pat pat.
Well, to be fair, it was kind of cringe all the fake apologies all the damn time.
Yeah, but that's just politicians in general. One thing I have learned, and it's a kind of a sad reality, but it is true, is that any politician that you like, I guarantee you, they are all of the things they are saying because they know that you want that. They're not going to do it,
Yeah,
but they'll
100%.
say it.
Well, like I always like to put it this way.
I'm always open
Oh.
open to answering questions, Pineapple. Go ahead, Bendy.
Only the sneakiest, snakiest motherfucker possible could ever make it to the top of politics. So none of them are
Exactly.
my friends.
I mean, let me put it this way. What is, like, the most common thing said by every single American politician? We're gonna get rid of these taxes, and you won't be taxed for this. Yeah, because that's the one thing that every American fucking complains about. That, oh,
Well,
I got my money. I got. Go on.
lately is calling. Well, they've moved on from that. They moved on to that. Now everything that the government does is communism, and
God bless.
the left is demons, and they want to eat your baby, and
They are tender.
and every
I do, in fact, want to eat your babies.
They're so tender, moist.
Duh.
I will never allow you to put beans on our babies.
I will never allow you to put beans
Just
on our
trying
bank.
to stop me.
Hold on, let me get the French on the phone.
I don't know. They're
Please help us.
They're not doing so good right now.
You know what's funny?
Go on,
This
Charlie.
is truth. Whenever I see a news story about France rioting, I don't even fucking read the story anymore.
It's the French way.
Like if they ever say total peace in France, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
That's when you know it's over.
I'm like, what cosmic beasts have taken over their souls?
Look, all I'm gonna say is, last time there was peace in France, Europe kind of exploded.
Well, luckily we can scapegoat just one, you know.
I mean, it's fine. This time, if Europe explodes, it's gonna explode.
Probably.
Yeah, that's a fair
honestly.
point. We don't get to come back from that one.
Yeah, it used to be like, oh, we have this artillery piece that will, like, you know, flatten, like, maybe a kilometer of land. And now it's like, oh, there is no more war. If there is war, there will never be any more war.
You know, it's gonna be really sad if Europe really blows up.
No more good
You're
cheese.
gonna drag us into it, man. Don't.
We're gonna drag you. You're gonna be the one who fucking starts it.
No. Look, we kind of sort of respect y'all's sovereignty a little bit more than normal, okay?
I so want to say something, but it's maybe too real.
Gotta keep it a fine line. Gotta keep it a fine line. We are on Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say it in a more respectful way. Of course you respect our sovereignty. We're the same race as you.
True, I guess that's probably a lot. I mean, that is a lot to do with it.
Because
Whenever people here talk about immigration,
yeah.
Whenever we talk about immigration, they're not talking about Europeans at all. Like,
No.
millions of them can come here and no one would say a fucking word about it.
I will admit there is a certain part of it where I disagree with. Like, there's a lot of people who say, oh, you know, the only reason that they care more about Ukraine than the other one is because, you know, they're white. No, it's because Russia is kind of led by crazy man number 52. Like,
He's been holding on to that seat too.
Yeah, like he is much more likely to end the world than either of the sides of the Palestinian conflict. Like,
hi, Slip.
Hello, Slip.
So like the real reason, like honestly, to be honest,
Bah.
the economic bloc of Europe working together does wonders for the geopolitical position, because all of a sudden you can't just bully France and then make sweet deals with Germany. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it really helps out. You guys made a fucking mistake, by the way. no offense.
Scratch your nose, Slip. Also,
What did they mean by this?
Charlie says the local sheriff embezzled an actual insane amounts of money from people and apparently used to act like a mafia boss behind the scenes. He also stole his niece and nephew's inheritance after his brother died. Yeah. So as much as everybody gets on the hot button topics about complaining about higher tier politics and whatnot, local politicians suck too.
Corruption of, like, local politicians, yeah.
It turns out that in a lot of instances, people who run to be elected for seats of power shouldn't be in seats of power.
Hey, look, our ex-president buried his dead ex-wife on an unmarked grave on a golf course. Okay?
God,
Yeah.
I wish that were me. I wish someone would bury me in an unmarked grave on a golf course.
Her family
Yeah,
actually had to
sure.
sue him to get her body back.
Did they succeed? I mean, considering who they're suing, like,
Yeah, they did.
That's a hard one to sue. Power corrupts.
Power
does.
does not
I
corrupt,
do agree
Charlie.
that power can corrupt, though the main thing is a lot of the people who try and get power are already corrupted.
The hunger
want
for
of
power
power.
corrupts.
Yeah.
No, you have to understand the phrase "the power corrupts" doesn't mean that power itself is a corrupting force, but rather the activities you must engage in, you have no choice, itself is
That is the
corrupting.
corrupt
That's
thing.
what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying,
Oh.
Vindy. The hunger for
Nah.
power, the pursuit and want of power is what ends up doing the corruption, not the power
Well,
itself.
no, what I mean to say is you cannot hold on to power honestly.
Oh yeah,
it's impossible.
The way you hold on to power is corrupting in itself, because the idea is to hold on to power, you have to make choices that are no longer for the good of people, it's for the good of the people who are going to keep you in power.
Yeah, because like if you don't keep those people happy, they'll just betray you for someone who will.
Hmm.
You
I
know?
mean, it's the whole
What ends
someone
up
made a
happening with a
really
lot of
good,
military dictatorships.
video earlier. Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, the idea of power does corrupt, though it's hard to differentiate between those two.
I'm outraged that people are disagreeing with me right now.
That's very American of you. How dare they disagree? I'm
It's
right.
hard to argue against it, even though it's Wayne.
How dare they disagree? I'm right.
So the retention of power, I believe, is what ends up eventually doing that sort of corrupting. If you are intending to try and retain power against the will of the people that you have been granted power over, that is what's going to end up fucking everything up.
Yes. And the issue is, it would be so nice if, like, every politician just accepted that he is going to get a set amount of time and then go. But
Yeah, just
even
write your
the
fucking
American political system is inherently like, you don't have no president will ever have enough time to make a difference with the set time that they have.
The president
Ask
isn't,
Ronald Reagan that.
I would say that the
Ronald
president
Reagan
isn't supposed to make a
is-
difference.
Yeah. I mean, I
that is
stand by that
true.
there should be no guy at the top calling the shots.
Yeah,
It's not-
But
the
that is
executive
very-
branch
that
was
is very
never meant to do
socialist
that.
of me.
The executive branch is meant to be a check and balance on one of the other branches going rogue, or something along those lines. Having
stand by
it
that.
have so much power, especially with like the appointing of justices and whatnot, is against
Yes.
the actual merit of the position itself.
Because the whole idea of the whole revolution was like monarchy bad,
Getting rid of tyrants, yeah.
and,
But then
and
they
then
were-
we
I
just
mean,
went and
to be
created
fair,
another one.
You, at the time, you did create a mode of government that was very democratic compared to the rest of the world.
And it has slowly been broken down over a long period of time to become what it is, which is trash.
The issue is that form of government that was made, and especially the Constitution, was meant to be like, this will do for now. Like, there are bigger issues we need to deal with. In the future, they'll change the Constitution, they'll change the forms of government, they'll do all this. And instead, America's just like, no, that'll do. This is law now.
He says one of the most democratic countries, only rich white men could vote.
Which, at the time, was incredibly democratic.
Shit, the Romans had more democratic than that.
At
least
the Roman Republic was, if anything, still democratic. You have to admit, yes, though all of the democracy from the ancient eras, be it Athenian, Roman, like any of the Hellenic states, was long gone by even by this year 800. That was seen as that was in the past. We wouldn't be able to create that again. The closest you had was I guess the Venetian trade states and oligarchies.
Yeah.
To be honest, none of them were democratic really at all. Not really.
No. They were
sure,
democratic. They just weren't free. and I hate
Yeah,
using that word.
So,
Did
like,
you say freedom? It's time
Sure.
to dispense some liberty.
like, sure, they might let you vote on an issue, or they'll just let the fucking pontificus or whatever his fucking name is just declare some religious law and you're fucked.
Oh, okay. So that was the main issue with the moralist side of it. Where, to be fair, you were close with the Pontifex Maximus,
There you
which
go.
was
The
essentially
religious man.
the Roman,
Pope.
the Roman equivalent of the Pope. It wasn't really the Pope because it was iffy. You can tell that I did ancient history. Sweet liberty, my life.
Wait. I got a thing. I get it. Soundboard. Let's see. Where is it?
Criticism, I think, is a little loud.
What?
What you're about to play.
Sweet liberty. It's meant to be.
For the love of liberty, my legs!
Okay, that's not so bad. I'm talking about
adjusted The
the
bonk?
lady. No, the one where she's
Sweet
screaming.
liberty, my life.
Is a lady screaming? You know?
Yeah, I remember the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that one's a little loud. It
The
irritates me
democracy born in Greece wasn't even Greece. Yeah, Greece as an idea didn't really exist when there was democracy in Greece. I say that, it's a weird way of looking at it because there is democracy in Greece right now, but ancient Greece. We only call it Greece now as like a kind of layover term. At that point in time, democracy was easy because you didn't have these massive nations. You had a city. That was
Maybe
it.
two.
Maybe two. And these city-states were literally, especially, I did an entire paper on the Athenian democracies. And the Athenian democracies were simple. If you own slaves, you are part of the government. Like, you don't get a choice. Every, I think it was 5 years, 50 to 100 people would be chosen out of all of the slave owners in the city. They would be the government. And apart from the slave bit, I feel the need to very specifically say that. Apart from the slave bit, it's a really good idea of having this civil service idea of it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter if you want power, it doesn't matter anything. You have to be a part of the government you are in. Because that way you don't get people lobbying to be president and gerrymandering and various other words I have heard of in political dramas.
Gerrymandering.
You just get the average guy.
I need to ask you a question. What does I say it, but I don't know what in it is actually trying to communicate. Is it isn't it?
INIT? Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't
okay.
it?
It's kind
Although
of so. It's kind of like an
In it
ain't.
is also, yeah, kind of. It's also used as like a finisher of a sentence. Which, to be fair, it is still meant to be, isn't it? But you'll be like, oh, that's so sick, innit? Or something like that.
It makes
never wanna
sense
talk
though,
like that.
honestly.
Like sleepy time?
Sleepy time.
Random people were chosen to be the government for a year, and at the end of that year, new people were chosen. Exactly, yeah. And that was a good way of doing it because, A, you couldn't abuse power to stay in government. Like, that wasn't a thing you could do. It was just, you're in government
There was
one
no
year,
mechanism for
then
it.
you're not. Exactly, there was no mechanism for holding that power. Then you look at, Sparta, who just, we have two kings. That's it, that's our government.
I love
those
how
guys.
homoerotic it is.
It's those two, it's the diarchy.
my
And it
king.
was usually the king and his son.
Oh, well, never mind. That's
God
good.
bless Sparta. I mean, hey, it never stops it from being gay if this was ancient Greece.
Hey, man, they're freedom. You know what I mean?
But no, to go back to the topic that we kind of tangent off of, for what it was at the time, American democracy was still very democratic. Like, only white guys could vote. You had votes. Like, that was more than any other country at the time. possibly France, but even then France was still kind of at war with itself, so it was still kind of deciding on that one.
Wait, was that back when France was basically a terrorist country, or?
Kind of. So, if I remember correctly, and if I've watched enough Hamilton to remember, it was pretty much directly after the American Revolution that I think the proper French Revolution, or at least one of the French revolutions, begun. To which point they basically chopped off their rulers' heads, and then they guillotined their rulers' heads. And then just kind of whoever had power had power. For a while it was a guy called Robespierre, who was... He liked to think of himself as liberal, even though that wasn't really a word at the time. He liked to think of himself as, we are the Republicans, we are the... He was essentially like the first kind of neo-fascist idea of, we are French, all of those who are against us do not believe in the French state and must die.
Thought they were kind
Robespierre
of
was
initiated too.
fucked. Yeah, Robespierre was fucked. And it was kind of a massive downfall for democracy at the time, that was kind of the first face of democracy other than America. Also, you guys were very close to having a monarchy. Like, not an actual monarchy, you probably wouldn't have called it a monarchy, but you guys were very close to having a ruler, like a president that ruled for life.
Yeah. We also had, we actually really did have a king once. He was the king of Chicago or something like that. Like, basically, it was a guy who just went around telling everybody that he was king, and people just went along with it to the point that he kind of was king. And then people are like, okay, get the fuck out. What do you mean?
Yeah, no, there's
No, we're sleeping.
Sleep.
Ah, there's a guy!
Yeah, no, I have always loved history, and as controversial as it can get, I do love... oh my god, I just looked at your stream. Did you leave the door open?
No.
Huh.
Alright, bed.
I am in the sleep.
He's chill, he just wanted somewhere to sleep, guys.
Nah, get that guy there.
Somebody go to bed.
Go to bed.
I am going to take an opportunity to step away real quick and get a drink and whatnot, okay?
Okay, we will, we'll keep everyone in.
Alright.
Excuse me.
As controversial as it can get, I do love political history, because we can kind of learn a lot from it. Like, hell, look at, like, the way the Roman Empire has been taught. The Roman Empire was essentially just... Everyone really liked Caesar. Everyone really liked Caesar except the Senate. And then the Senate killed Caesar. And Caesar wasn't even the first emperor. He just died, and then I think his adopted son was like, shit, I'm emperor now, fuck you guys.
There was a huge, I mean, immediately after his assassination, right?
There was a massive civil war.
Yeah.
Between basically the people, because the people genuinely loved Caesar, and the, what was left of, like, the Senate loyalists.
And yeah, wasn't it the what was it? Wasn't that when the what do you call it? Tripartite or whatever? No, the conspiracy between the three the senators and the two consuls.
Oh, yes. So there were two consuls and there were two other consuls. There was the consuls that the Senate were like, these are the consuls currently. And then there was Mark Antony, sorry. And I can't remember if he was called Octavian at the time. Essentially, who would then go on to become Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. Caesar's adopted son. And between those two, they essentially wiped out the Senate and then ended up infighting between each other. But yeah, no, that was a really weird part of history, but it's not talked about, which is so sad because the way that like Caesar tried to take power and proceeded to take power is still something that is used today. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it is populism in its like largest part, and populism is how the Orange Man himself almost fucking couped the government, like back in last January.
Indeed.
I mean, to be fair, I mean that shit was never really gonna be close to working at all. Like,
No, the
Like,
only
we-
way it would have worked is if the the military just didn't want to fight their own people and just didn't fight back. But
man,
they
that coup could have been
actually made
stopped by
arrests.
local police.
Yeah.
To
It
be
was.
honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was more the
one girl
attackers.
got shot, and then the shit fucking collapsed all around. So you know.
Who isn't sleeping? I'm gonna break someone's legs.
I need I food. I had a burrito.
But yeah, no, like populism is something that needs to be taught because populism as an idea is very simple to be taught. It's just doing whatever gets you in the good graces of the people and then using the good graces of the people to do what you want. But it is something that needs to be taught because it is like incredibly dangerous.
It's a barbacoa burrito too, Charlie.
God, I wish I had a
There's
burrito.
so many dudes right by the house.
Actually, there's a rift like right there.
I really hope someone sleeps soon because I am laying in the middle of a field.
No, Macho said something. He's in bed.
Yeah, no, I will say, I know a lot about history, so if anyone ever has any questions about history, feel free to ask. I'm better with history like before World War II, because that's usually where I kind of cut off, like, that's not really history anymore. The 60s aren't history.
It's a very good.
My mum was alive in the 60s.
History is fascinating. This has been a very fascinating discussion, and I've very much enjoyed it.
Yeah. I like being able to just rant about history. It's great.
Different chicken for our dinner today and turned out dry. Nah. Well, at least you know not to try that chicken. What's up, Mindy?
I might hop off for now because
Oh, no, sure.
But
That's okay.
I might hop on later. I gotta do my my practices.
Okay. Proud of you, Mindy.
Yeah, thank you. What?
See, they don't. History is terrifying. History is terrifying because we can find patterns in it. They aren't patterns that actually, like, work.
You
I
gotta.
can talk about the War of the Roses, but I'll finish this one.
Go for it.
We humans see patterns in everything. Like it's part of human nature. So
It's
we'll sit there.
Part of the direct
like-
human nature. Like, that is
Exactly.
one of the
like,
most
we'll
major advantages humans have over other things.
like the face on the moon that we saw that ended up just being a mountain, and like seeing faces and eyes and stuff in that. But it is a very common thing.
I'm sorry, Czar.
Oh no!
Oh, Czar, when you updated Star Sector, did you also update like the JRE and whatnot as well? Because you have to do it again.
I need to get more into Star Trek. But yeah, we will see patterns in history and be like, oh my god, this happened in this country once and it led to like massive calamity. It's like it's happening here. We're all gonna die. Like it's looking into history. You have to have a certain like nuance of it, where you can go, okay, this probably isn't gonna go like this.
Yeah, to get mods to work, you have to upgrade from 7 to 8.
As for the War of the Roses,
War of the
this is
Roses.
one of the few things that I actually learned about in high school history. So, the War of the Roses was, if you know about Henry VIII, who was the one who had 6 wives, one died, 2 were beheaded, 2 were divorced, and 1 survived.
And the War of the Roses was like in the 1460s or something? Yeah.
Yes. So, his father, I think it was, father or grandfather, was working at the time for the Plantagenets. The Plantagenets were the ruling family of England. And they had been the ruling family of England for years and years, all the way back to the William the Conqueror French bastard who destroyed the North. And the Plantagenets were split into 2 separate families, both still
Lancaster and York.
Plantagenet. Lancaster and York. With, I believe, the Lancaster... So the reason it was War of the Roses... Wait, makes my head spin today. I'm sorry, it's lip nip. I talk lots about history.
The Lancaster family ended up getting crushed or something like that. And then the Tudor family inherited their claim.
Yes, so the reason it was War of the Roses is because both of the 2 families had the Tudor rose. Well, we call it the Tudor rose afterwards, but it was basically a rose symbol that they used to have as their own. Half of them, which I think was the Lancasters, used the red rose, and then the Yorks used the white rose.
War of the Roses.
And after a massive amount of fighting and a massive amount of this, Henry Tudor, who was just a random Welsh, he was actually Welsh also.
Oh,
Very
God.
cool. Random Welsh man who had been working for the Plantagenets for so long, was given the claim of the Lancasters for his help. I think shortly after the Yorks line ended, and then obviously the Lancaster claim, then being under the Tudors, was pushed. Hence Henry, who was then Henry the 7th or the 6th, I think it was, then became king.
It's Henry VI.
Yes. But yeah, no, it is... That's just British in general. Fuck you, Tsar. I love you.
That's right now, Charlie.
A very, very interesting period of history, and the way we kind of look at it, English history would have gone so much differently if Henry hadn't become king. Like, Henry VIII, like his grandson, was the reason for the Anglican split in England. It's the reason that most of, I want to say, South USA is like Protestant, or at least Protestant leaning. I know you guys have like a bunch of different like Baptist and various other ones. And it is also the reason that like so much of England's laws are the way it is at the moment.
I think, no, it was Henry VII. Henry VI, he got knocked down almost immediately and re-imprisoned. And then somebody came back. I don't remember who it was. Somebody came back from like exile or something like that. Maybe a descendant.
Yes.
He brought like some English, French, and Breton troops.
Yes, because at
won
the
fight
time...
and assumed the throne as Henry VII.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very... I learned a lot about like Henry VIII and stuff like that, so my knowledge of the War of the Roses is patchy. But yeah.
I mean,
it is a very, very interesting time.
Very neat.
Anyone who likes history and likes kind of... I tell you what, anyone who likes Game of Thrones would absolutely love learning about that time in history. Because that time in history was just Game of Thrones in a fucking, like, in real life.
There were no dragons or anything like that, but...
I don't know, ask the Welsh.
That's fair.
I mean, hell, Game of Thrones, like Westeros itself, is actually based on England. Like the entire inspiration of it came from the British Isles. Hence why Scotland being incredibly wild and Highlanders being even wilder, being, the north and the far north.
This burrito was delicious.
God, I wish I had a burger.
Have you had barbacoa, Rook?
I have not.
It's like
I have not.
a beef dish that is slow cooked for an incredibly long time. It's super tender and like kind of fatty and yummy and lots of flavor. It's really good.
Mm.
I think the traditional way is to bury it under the fucking ground while it's on fire.
I remember seeing about that on some American like police TV show or possibly a fire rescue TV show. Because you guys have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like a surprising amount of those. Don't get me wrong,
I believe it is a propaganda push to try and get people to like police and whatnot again.
Yeah. I will admit, as an Englishman, I've never particularly had any problems with the police. Our police over here are a lot more focused on the community and a lot more focused on community policing, aka rather than dealing with problems, it's stopping those problems from happening in the first place. Kind of thing.
The American police system has a much more treat the symptom, not the cause kind of thing. And that ends up being incredibly bad for communities and the police themselves. And again, it also has that sort of power corrupts kind of thing going on because a large portion of people who get inducted into police end up being less than ideal for that sort of power.
Yeah.
The ones who are good for it and who do that job well are gems and they are great people. But
unfortunately, those are not the kind of ones you hear about on the news.
And the ones that you hear about on the news are the ones who execute people, completely violate their rights, don't actually know what they're talking about, and just do shit willy-nilly.
They'll just make up fucking like, oh no, I can do that. Like the amount of times I will see, usually TikTok shit, but videos of people who are fully aware of their rights and say, actually, you can't search my car without a warrant. You can't do this because of that, and the police won't give a shit.
Exactly,
so,
Charlie.
No, I can.
And
I'm by no means saying, oh, British police are better, because we still have our issues. But I worry a lot for a lot of my American friends, because I kind of see everything going on.
And a lot of them don't trust the police. A lot of them don't trust the police because they are just flat out, like, that sort of corruption and whatnot has rendered them completely untrustworthy. Like, it is not in your best interests to fully cooperate with the police. Full stop.
I mean, the amount of times I had a conversation with one of my American friends a while back, and I talked about how I'd actually been pulled over by the police on the way back from my... I just went to the shop, and I got pulled over. And the second I said, oh yeah, and I just, told him where I was going, told him what I was, he's like, oh, why did you do that? Like, that is a terrible thing to do. I was like, because our police aren't going to make up random shit, use every little word you say against you. They aren't out to fuck you over. They're out to help.
I think that a very healthy thing for the American justice system and police would be to have, and this is going to probably pick some people off if they were end up on this one, but to have some British enforcers as oversight. To modify...
Even if it's just at the training level of just saying, look, we understand that you guys have your own way of policing. Try this out. Like, try out community policing. Try out, like, various other ways of doing it. As just say, hey, it hasn't been working your way, so see how it goes.
Qualified immunity is a hell of a problem because it is being misused, yes.
What is qualified immunity?
Anything that a policeman does in execution or protection of the law they cannot be charged for. Yeah.
Wow.
Even if they were wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
That isn't even a thing that you should give to, like, fucking anyone.
Anyone? Yeah.
Like, huh? That is actually, like, flabbergasted me.
Fucking baffling, isn't it?
I knew it was bad. Like, I knew that the president of the United States has a certain amount of immunity and stuff like that, and that I can accept as, like, yeah, obviously he's going to. He's the president of the United States. I guess that is something that would allow a certain kind of immunity. Still don't agree with it. But your fucking police?
Let me rephrase. There is an exception to it, which within these sorts of situations is almost completely unenforceable. And it's where it was I think it's like a clearly established constitutional or statutory right. There's no ambiguity to it, meaning that it basically doesn't matter.
So you could always say, "Oh well," you could talk your way out of it. Any law that you can talk your way out of is not a law that you have written correctly. Like, the president has immunity while he's in office. Yeah, I know that was like a massive thing with Donald Trump because he was saying like, "Oh, I was president at the time of like this whole treason accusation, and as such, I am completely immune and I can continue to run." And I remember that was this massive like court case.
Mm-hmm. A big thing
But
that qualified immunity ends up leading to is that instead of the policeman getting fucked over for the things that they did, you can't target them directly. You have to target the department or the government.
and then you have the good policemen in that department who are then fucked over and then feel anger towards the public.
It's the circle of life.
There's no precedent for leaks and such. It can't be charged. Even though I'm actually doing law enforcement, just went on duty. You can steal someone's O2 tank for their breathing assistance if that specific incident hasn't prosecuted. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The issue is, it is just a horrid circle. Because those kind of laws and the actions that the police do are going to push people against the police, which is then going to make people not want to, well, understandably, not want to talk to the police, not want to, like, cooperate with the police,
Which
which is then going to make the police disconnect from the community. And I feel like they just need to kind of step back and say, can we just start from the beginning? Like, clear everything, bottom up, you know, get rid of qualified immunity, get rid of, like, enforce body cams more. Because they sit there and say, oh, well, body cams are enforced. If at any point the police are allowed to turn off a body cam, you are not enforcing it correctly.
Correct.
Like, it's not like a, oh, well, we got called out to this bit, so now I'll turn it on. No. That's not how that works. If you're going to have a body cam, and if the body cam is there for the safety of the public, if you are in public, the body cam is on. That's how that works.
Mm-hmm. And it should be completely locked in. If you turn your body cam off, there should be a direct reprimand to you personally.
Exactly, especially if you turn your body cam off and then suddenly, oh, well, you see, there's misunderstanding happened and I discharged my weapon. That should be like an immediate, you are out of the force.
Or at the very least, and a possible way to enforce it too would be, if that happens, the onus to prove that whatever seems to have happened out of favor of the policeman or in favor of the policeman is now on that policeman to prove.
Yes.
Either you have an overwhelming amount of evidence to show that you acted in the way that you were supposed to, that the device stopped working, or you're gone.
Yeah. I feel like the main, a big problem is they are so unwilling to just fire policemen. Like,
But they're pensions.
but they had such a good career. They did.
Up until
Now
this
they
point,
don't.
guess they don't.
Simple. Like, that's it. Some police like to attack people for recording in public. Yes, this is a massive thing that is like in the UK, we don't have as good, like, we have obviously rights and human rights and rights under law, and we do have the right to record in public. However, it's not as kind of taught to us as American rights are.
Mhm.
But you guys have like a specific right to record in public and to record police in public. And seeing these videos where police will be like, you aren't allowed to record here. The second they try and stop you from recording, that is an immediate admission of, I do not want to be recorded because I want to do something that I don't want to be recorded.
Yes, it is.
And at that point, that's fucked already. Like, that's like worrying rhetoric. Wow, I ate a mushroom and just died. Like, there was no in between. There was no like, oh, you're a bit low on health. I ate a mushroom and I died.
You ate a poisonous mushroom.
Yep.
What
I
mushroom
would
did you
assume
eat?
so. I don't know. It was white.
Don't eat random mushrooms.
I've been
You-
surviving on random mushrooms.
Yeah, but you gotta like try and identify them first. Don't just shove things in your mouth.
But it's so fun.
It's so yummy.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna go west this time. Straight up west.
I did, Stellantis.
Oh my god.
Ooh, I would very much appreciate a bunch of tin if you're able to acquire it, Icy.
I have the distinct feeling that Icy is going insane.
You might be correct. It seems like he's getting a little bit fruit loopy. It's all right though.
Bit of insanity never hurt anyone. White mushrooms in the wild IRL tend to be poisonous. I don't know. We don't have wild places in the UK. Don't be silly.
Ah man, I want some morel.
I say that
mushrooms.
I live in the country, so I can't say shit.
You ever had morel mushrooms?
Are those the big ones?
No.
Massive
So
fucking mushrooms.
they are a relatively thin one, a little bit, like maybe like taller than 2 thumbs, something like that. And it looks like they have like a little spider web on the top of it, lots of holes. Hi, Eggy. Pat, pat.
Oh, no, I would cry. Like, I don't have I can't remember what the phobia is, where it's like you don't like holes in things.
Trypophobia.
Trypophobia. I don't have trypophobia, but at the same time, anything that looked like that, I would never put anywhere near my mouth.
Yeah, it activates.
I would cry.
It activates the lizard brain, but like, nah.
This is wrong. This is incorrect. I don't want this. I have caught food with my hands before. So have I. I walked into the supermarket.
Will do,
I
Icy.
walked into the supermarket and I caught a microwave meal with my hands.
Hey, they're wily sometimes. You ever seen one of those things swim upstream?
Oh god. The worst part is, I would love to sit there and tell the average American, hey, you should move to the UK.
You what? America!
Like, as much as the UK is better in some regards, don't. Like, Better the devil you know.
Maybe at this point, I don't know. I'm not sure.
The UK basically recently there's been a lot of laws passed that have just been really fucked up. They're trying to pass a lot of like anti-trans laws. I know for a fact that if the Labour Party gets in, they have like an entire thing set out that is essentially just fucking over trans people, like genuinely.
My
It's just
girlfriend
like,
is a
oh,
trans girl. I don't think I want that.
yeah, no, it's fucked. Like, it's honestly fucked. The UK, do the weak have the right to defend themselves from violent attackers? Yes. The main way they say it is you are allowed. So self-defense is completely acceptable. Usually, it is. I think I can't remember what the term is, but basically equal amounts of lethality. If they go at you with a knife, you are allowed to go at them with a knife, kind of thing. And I know that's a very funny thing to say as a British man, but it is that kind of thing. It's like if someone punches you in the face and you stab them to death, you're in the wrong. But if somebody like pulls a shotgun on you or tries to stab you to death, you can defend yourself.
Here is something that's popped
However-
in my head a couple of times that I've been wanting to ask, but hasn't really been relevant too often much. Exactly how common are firearms in the UK and whatnot? Like,
So it depends on the firearm. You will. I'm gonna say this now. You will never, and I mean never ever, find a person carrying a firearm in the street. Like, just won't happen. Like, I'm not even talking like, oh, they won't have open carry. Like, concealed carry is not a thing in the UK. So you have to have specific licenses. You have to use it for its intended purposes, which is either firing at a gun range or hunting. That's it. The idea of guns as self-defense in the UK is not a thing. If you go to get your gun license, which is, I think, specifically handguns, I think it's like mostly it's stuff that you would use for hunting.
probably
So double-barreled
handguns,
shotguns.
shotguns.
I think rifles, but only rifle, like
Semi-automatic, maybe?
non-automatic. Yeah. So like bolt action, maybe semi-automatic, depending on the license. But even then, it's iffy.
America does not care. I have
Yeah.
several firearms that I inherited from a family member in the Americas, and I don't think any of them are registered.
I mean, let me put it this way.
One of them is actually an authentic Russian-made SKS.
See, the worst part is, I love guns. Not like the American way of I love guns, but I have airsoft guns. I love
Airsoft is fun as hell.
airsoft. Is so much fucking fun. I have airsoft guns. I love the mechanics of guns. I've always said that if I ever went to join the army, I would want to join as an armorer, like small arms repair, stuff like that.
There is a big thing that appeals to me about weapons and stuff like that is just the appeal of machinery and whatnot.
Yes.
It is intensely satisfying to see a firearm function just because of how many things have to go right for that to work.
Exactly.
It is a beautiful display of engineering and craftsmanship, and it's just cool.
And you know what? That is a green flag for someone who owns a gun.
Yeah.
You know what isn't a green flag? Well,
I can kill somebody from 500 yards.
Yeah, I really like this because it can end someone's life. I don't want to be near you anymore.
Oh, what do you mean about that, chess man? You mean you don't want to marry an M249B? Hey,
Listen.
hey, girls frontline is a thing. Someone pull up M249B.
I mean, let me put it this way. What was the first time you can remember seeing a gun outside of a museum? Like your first memory of seeing a gun, what age were you?
Like 3?
Okay. Case in point, outside of a museum, I have never seen a gun. Like in person. I've held a gun in a museum because both my brothers are in the armed forces, and at one of their bases, they had a little World War II museum, and they had a functioning. It was a machine gun of some kind. I can't remember what it was though. It was a British machine gun. It may have been like a Bren gun or something similar. But it is like that is the only time I have seen a gun in person.
That's nice.
And I guarantee you, most British people, I don't know why I'm saying British like that.
British people.
Most British people will have the exact same experience, which I realize to an American is strange. There used to be a tank in the yard of the bank my parents used. Oh, don't get me wrong, we have like military vehicles. The airsoft place near me bought an old, I think it was a Russian BTR, and
Ooh.
currently use it as just like a conversation piece.
That's kind of
They
rad.
they painted. It is currently, as I speak, on the main road near me. On the side of the road, with airsoft next right written on it.
That's rad. Like,
It's absolutely fantastic. And that is, I mean, case in point, again, my girlfriend, who also works at Greg's, I know it runs in our blood apparently, heard a weird noise when she was at work. This must have been like a couple of months ago. She looked outside and somebody had a troop transport vehicle. I don't know what kind of vehicle it was. I could probably find the picture if I look back on our things. A troop transport vehicle painted bright pink in a supermarket parking lot. Like, it is
beautiful.
fantastic. But yeah, it like I hear the chicken at Greg's is very good. The chicken is very good. Although if you go to Greg's, you gotta have a sausage roll. It's gotta be done. We live for our sausage rolls.
Sausages.
I mean, it's weird that Americans don't really have that same like I think you guys technically have sausage rolls, but not as such a staple. But yeah, no. Guns in the UK are purely like, if you know a farmer, they might have a gun, but it's not like in the US where like you'll know a farmer and he'll have like 10 shotguns, an AR-15, and a fucking I can't remember what the name of the rocket launcher is. The fucking the law. Like he's not gonna
functional Abrams, an
like
anti-material rifle.
It is maybe possible that a UK farmer may have a double-barrel shotgun, and at most that will be for hunting or possibly keeping rodents and other like things off of his land. However, if he shoots someone with that, doesn't matter if it's in self-defense, he is in the wrong and he will be prosecuted. Like, that is the major difference between the UK and the US.
Unless,
If
from what you
shoot
said
someone
earlier,
with a gun,
if they were
so
threatening him with a gun, right?
if they were threatening him with a gun, he would have a lot more leeway in court, but he would very much still be prosecuted. There would be a lot of looking into it that would be done, and there would be a lot of witnesses brought in, and a lot more would go into it than in the US, where it'd be like, oh, well, he came onto my land with a gun, so I shot him, and the court would say, yeah, that's fair. Like, yeah, no, fair enough. He came onto your land, bro.
See, what you do is you get a single shot with an ALOS.
But I have to let me buy an M1 Garand at one point. To be fair, I really like World War II weapons.
Ping.
Like, there are two kinds of weapon, and they do overlap, that I absolutely adore, and that is World War II era weaponry and bolt action rifles, because the feel of racking a bolt action rifle is godly. Like, it is such a just lovely feeling. And I feel like that is like the mechanics thing again. Like, knowing that as you're racking that back, like, all of the internal mechanics are going on. Like, it's just great.
A firearm is, and I have the same respect for like engineering and like mechanical engineering and whatnot too, but a firearm is the most easily accessible and easily visible example of mechanics and engineering and whatnot working in such clean and what's the word I'm looking for? Clean and
Graceful.
graceful. There we go. Graceful tandem. Like, it's just
Also, fucking
neat.
still, you joke, but I know somewhere near me that does historical reenactments that have a proper breech-loaded flintlock rifle.
a
And it is just as inaccurate as you would think. I own a flintlock for home defense, just as the founding fathers intended.
oh no.
Oh, that'd be beautiful just to hold. I know. Oh, it just to me, it's more than just a gun. Because to me, I don't go. I love my airsoft guns. I love that, but the idea of actually just holding a gun is still kind of to me. But flintlock rifles and historic longbows and swords and all of that are history, like tactile history. And if you couldn't tell by now, I like history.
You don't say.
If you couldn't tell by now, then you weren't listening.
You may have just come in here, but Rook likes history.
I mean, like, you guys, this is the thing. I will always be jealous of Americans because you guys have so many Renaissance fairs. However, I will never be less proud of how many historical reenactment sites we have.
Yeah,
Because
Joey.
we have, like, ye olde castles that we have, like, proper, like, knights in armor historical reenactment going on in, and it is absolutely fantastic.
I think that there would be an absolutely fun time to be had with a historically grounded airsoft adjacent event of like a siege at one of those castles or something like that.
Yes, I know that there are places, so they don't use the actual castles because obviously they're worried that they're going to actually damage them, but there are airsoft sites in the UK that have kind of faux castles, like fake castle-looking structures that do similar things in, and I have always wanted to go to them.
Sounds rad as hell.
I just want to go airsofting in general. I have one of these airsoft guns, but I never actually I'll go and just do airsoft.
Yeah, it's been I used to do airsoft and whatnot, but since the COVID thing I kind of dropped off, and I have a hankering for it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had to get
It's
rid of a
annoying
lot of my
because-
gear too, which is saddening.
My favorite airsofter is Swamp Sniper, and he does a load of airsoft videos, and he runs, I think it's Ballahack Airsoft on the east coast of America.
Mhm.
and I think it's like one of the largest airsoft grounds on the East Coast. And I have always said, if I ever go to America, I am going there. Like,
That's
I don't
nuts.
care what happens. I am going to that fucking airsoft ground.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Maybe one day I'll hold like an airsoft event or something as part of my community stuff.
That'd be so good. I just want to go to America in general. I mean, I talk shit on you guys all the time, but you have a fucking fantastic country.
And there's a lot to see too.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful country. It's got some problems too.
It's just the people in it, that's the issue.
Yeah, they're all smelly. It's smelly weird looking. Look at them.
The fuck is borax? The fuck do I use borax for?
You give it to me with no questions asked.
I mean, I am quite far away. I might have to loop back round. I find my old body.
Cooking.
But yeah, no, I just like guns in general are just neat. Still one of the first things to tanning. Ooh.
Yep. Tanning is a whole process. You gotta prep it with limestone and borax, or borax, and you gotta make tannin. You gotta do that. You gotta tan it. Then you gotta take it through strong tannin. Then you have leather. It's a whole process.
That makes me very happy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it makes me very fucking annoyed because I know that I'm going to get sick of it halfway through. But it makes me happy that that's a thing.
Cooking is also very granular in this too.
To be fair, I used to sit there and play like Terra Firma Craft and stuff like that. So this game has always had that appeal to me.
Yep.
God, I miss the times of Terra Firma Craft.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
Americans
3,
are
4.
unlikely to ever get their firearms or culture around firearms, especially with how anti-federalist some places are getting. Yeah, that's the big issue with America as a concept. Well, the United States of America as a concept. Because you guys aren't a country. I have spoken, it's true now.
50 countries in a trench coat.
Like, yeah, you are literally like... And it was always the idea from the beginning, to be fair. Like, when America was founded, it was never meant to be, we are one country, it was a federation. The main issue of that being, you can't have a federation of countries be that stable. Like, especially when you are always going to have the issue of, oh, at what point can the federal state actually tell these countries what to do? And even to this day, case in point, both Texas, California, and maybe a little bit of Florida every so often, you guys still don't know when the federal state can tell the countries what to do. And I think that's never going to, like... Until... I mean, I say until there are set rules. There are set rules. It's just, the issue of having set rules is the fucking states don't listen to them. Because the states go, oh, well, that's not our rules, and our rules are for us. Oh, okay. But... it's the federal law.
Nah, I'd win.
Nah, I'd win. Nah, I'd secede. I do love the idea that they're saying, oh, Texas is going to secede. You guys realize you didn't put anything in place to allow people to secede, right? There's a reason the last time someone seceded, it was the Civil War. Oh my god. Texas. Texas. I mean, you joke, but the USA is closer to the European Union than it is an actual country.
Yeah.
If the European Union was just a little bit more centralized, that would be pretty accurate to it. which is a weird thing to think of. Which means that the UK seceded before Texas did. Get fucked, Texas.
Lamau,
Yeah,
UK moment.
UK moment indeed. I need to find fucking papyrus or something.
Text it.
I need my baskets.
Text it's pretty good. That's a good one. That's a good pun.
Texas is pretty fucking good. Alaska is pretty much on its own, just like Hawaii. That's the thing. When you have
the EU
these,
is the US, but stinky.
yeah, because we have all the cheese.
God, I love cheese.
Civil War was stated over Union forces refusing to vacate their military base a bit of time after the place started. Yeah, it's fine though, because I get to have the argument of what was the Civil War over? Oh, it was states' rights. States' rights to what?
Sweat drop. Have you ever seen Dubus Goobus?
Possibly. Is that the one that does the
Goofy,
Did they do
goofy
the
little broccoli head looking skit guy.
Yeah, I do know that one, yeah. States' rights to what?
What rights?
you see-
What rights are we talking about?
Oh, that's such a good one.
Let's see here.
It does shock me that there are still people like who genuinely believe the Civil War was not over slavery.
Do you want to use those?
Like, how shocking that the Civil War started as, you know, the person who was going to abolish slavery became president.
We're going to observe something, Beans.
Oh. Slavery is bad, but the federal government shouldn't have the right to tell states what to do. I mean, leave it at the first bit.
Slavery is bad. The
Slavery
federal
is
government,
bad.
if your federal government can't tell states what to do, then why do you have a federal government? At that point, you would just be 50 different city-states, and shit would be fucking awful. Also,
Very few things in history
Oh,
are
yes.
black and white. A lot of it is gray. And that includes the Civil War. It was actually fighting for states' rights.
States' rights to do what?
Excuse me, sir?
States' rights to do what? What did you want to use those rights for? You usually don't mention that part. I want to hear it. I wonder what you want to do with them.
Well, the Confederacy didn't want to be oppressed by the North.
Really, what were they preventing you from doing? What did they not want you to do?
Listen, my friend, there was more to it than slavery for why we made the Confederacy.
That is really interesting because the guy who made the Confederacy, the vice president, said that it was because they wanted to have slavery, and all the state constitutions said they wanted to have slavery, and they seceded the moment that the president got elected that was going to abolish slavery. Boy, the Confederacy sure looks slavery adjacent, at least. Now, anyways, states' rights do what?
You're ignoring our other concern.
Yeah, but among the concerns was slavery, so I don't care because you deserve it because you're evil. And slavery is evil. You should know this. By the way, could you answer my question, you fucking traitor? States' rights to do what?
Well, it's our heritage.
It lasted 5 years. The Annoying Orange has existed longer than the Confederacy did. The fucking Annoying Orange, dude. You're gonna celebrate a nation so fucking weak the Annoying Orange outlived it?
Well, states' rights.
Got Douglas.
Each Dixie boy must understand that he must mind his Uncle Sam away.
there you go. That's Dubus Goobus.
States' rights. Oh, such a good video.
Dubus Goobus' stuff is all not political stuff, but it's all just like really quick slapstick kind of versions, stuff like that. And it is crisp.
His videos around, I think it's like Winnie the Pooh just being in fucking seats of power is just fucking hilarious. It's so good.
The Winnie the Pooh ones are
It's
fantastic.
It's such a dumb concept, but it's so good.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Everyone just agreed, just not to fight. You're the rule now.
Everyone just agreed. It's fine. Everybody's okay with it. They're really happy with it, actually.
But yeah, no, Atlantis. It's just city-states arguing with each other. America at the moment is closer to like ancient Greece. Like it's just a bunch of cities arguing about how no guys, we're the strong one, and nobody gets to tell us what to do. And then you have a little kerfuffle. Yes, this kerfuffle can no longer be an actual war, but Fucking may as well be. And then you have a little kerfuffle, and you figure out who's who, and then you just go back to arguing.
Arguing is America's favorite country pastime. I'll have you know.
It is. Just like how Britain's favourite is complaining.
Truly, we are the children of Britain.
It's well known that history repeats itself. It is indeed. And history
Nah, I'd
repeats
win.
itself. But history will repeat itself. Nah, I'd win. Law question. What is TNF? I don't actually know what that is.
So the TNF is actually elf, space elf, not really an elf, elf adjacent, but whatever.
Got it.
I am the elected exarch of the Tyrnian Federation in my particular dimension.
I see.
The Tyrnian Federation is a federation of different planets and different species that is under my control. The TNF has been at war. As a matter of fact, in some instances, I would say the TNF has been at war for most of its existence because we were formed in
I'm seeing some similarities.
That's fair. That's fair. In essence, to resist a. If you've ever played Stellaris, you know what a fallen empire is?
Yes.
In essence, there was a fallen empire running rampant, and the TNF acted as a baseline to resist that. Their technology is so far beyond ours that we can barely keep up, but that is primarily because they don't know how to use magic or mana, and we do. So we can bridge that gap. That's it. If it was a pure technological standoff, they would have wiped us off of the face of the universe within a week. No, we have not. Most of our ships of the line can barely contend with some of their destroyer class civilian ships. But we can.
Now I want to play Stellaris. Fuck.
It's a good game.
It's a really good. I've been joining a bunch of Stellaris roleplay servers recently, so.
There is actually a short story that shows a significant bit of how the TNF tends to interact with some of the states or some of the planets and whatnot, getting a little angry at one another.
Oh.
I actually write a few writing prompts on Reddit that I'm planning on getting back to and writing some more of.
Yeah.
I could probably stream Stellaris whenever I get a hold of the $7,000 of expansion packs, and which I'm probably not going to do.
I have those.
I
So-
don't, but I'd be interested.
So Paradox is fun. If the host has DLC, whoever is playing with the host has that DLC.
Jesus Christ.
So if I hosted, you would have all DLC other than the Astral Rifts DLC, which I'm not spending £16 on because it's shit.
What's the Astral Rift DLC even add?
Astral Rifts. That's it.
Okay.
So it adds Astral Rifts, which are essentially just I can't remember what the word is. They're just archaeological sites, but in space.
Space
And that's it.
archaeological sites. We like those. We like space.
It adds that, and it adds free civics, and it is £16.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
I'm
and I'm pretty
unimpressed.
sure it is still mostly negative on Steam.
I wonder why.
Would be cool to wait for the next DLC. The next DLC looks very good. It is adding a bunch of new stuff to Machine Empires, including a new crisis and a new way to become the crisis yourself.
Fuck, now I want to play Stellaris.
The best part is the new way to become the crisis. So the old way used to just be, I'm going to blow up the universe.
I'm going to kill everyone. All
I'm just
at
gonna blow
once.
it up.
I'm just going to blow it up. Fuck you.
The new crisis is you just want to leave. So you want to have power, and you want to look into reality and changing reality so you can make things better for people. So you keep trying to change reality, and then you realize this universe doesn't like having reality changed. So we're gonna make a new one. And you build something called a horizon needle, and you just send your entire empire. Like, you go by planet to planet, picking up populations, and just send them into a fucking black hole and create a new universe.
All right.
And that's it. You kind of fuck over the galaxy as you do this, and it has massive repercussions. But you just leave.
All right.
It's so good. Like, the new DLC looks really good. Paradox make cool games make so much DLC that it's annoying to
agree.
play the stuff that should be in base game.
It's
Yes.
so,
However, that's why you get friends like me, who throughout my life have spent around £600 on Paradox DLC, and you just play multiplayer with me so that you don't have to buy any of it. But yeah, no, the Paradox DLC, like the way they do DLC is scummy, but really good for business, unfortunately.
yeah.
Have you mentioned that you kind of screw the galaxy by leaving? Yeah. So by leaving the galaxy, you kind of
Oh, it's just a little
break
bit.
reality.
It's just a little bit. It's okay.
You just slightly break the very fabric of reality. You know, they could deal with that. It's fine.
A small nascent empire gets bit crushed by shockwave. Yeah, it's just a small little bit.
It's fine. You know, Paradox. I love Paradox games. I grew up with Paradox games,
You're a
and
Paradox
I will
game.
continue. I am a Paradox game. You have to buy more DLC to learn more about me.
It's a chess-based one too.
Send me money. Yeah, no, I love Paradox games, but I mean, I started off with Crusader Kings 2, which alone has about £300 of DLC, of which I own all of it. And then I got onto EU4, which has £100 to £200 of DLC, and I own all of it. And then you get to EU4. You're seeing the theme here.
It's starting to line up a little bit, Rook.
Yeah, I don't really regret it. I just wish I had done it later in my life so that I wasn't in debt.
Fair enough. But at that point, you wouldn't have had these things shaping you as a person, and you wouldn't be you. You'd be a different Rook.
Exactly. I probably wouldn't have
Still be
given
a
as
nerd,
much
though.
a shit about history. Oh, I would definitely be a nerd.
I'm
I
going
probably wouldn't be
to put
as
my
into
fan in my window because I'm starting to bake. One moment.
Okay. But yeah. No, I'll be perfectly up for some Solaris. Another lore question. Ooh. TNF lore time. Do elves wear helmets? Do they hide ears? Surely it'd have, like... Actually, no. Would you have ears pointing out? Because then, obviously, there would be a chance that someone would just chop your ears off.
We like having our ears, thank you. And yes, the helmets and whatnot that I typically use whenever I'm executing my duties, if I require armor, I can flatten my ears to my head, so it's just a human helmet. With maybe a little bit more space at the back to make them more comfy.
Can you hear while having the helmet?
Yeah.
Actually, wait, no, what am I saying? Fucking humans can.
Yeah. I was gonna answer the question.
I might be the stupid. Oh my god. Is it bad that I saw lore question and I thought, oh, they mean real life lore? I'm gonna be able to answer a history question.
Don't you pull my ears? That's one thing that I'm really looking forward to, though, Pineapple, is when I can get a model that actually reflects all of the movements and stuff that I can do. Wiggly ears, I got a big ass tail, among other things.
Let's keep it PG, guys. Let's talk about those other things, not on
Yes, sir.
stream.
Not that kind of VTuber. Thank you, Charlie.
I don't even know anymore. I mean, most of my Twitch recommended is now VTubers, so thanks to that one, Auri.
You're welcome.
And then sometimes I'll click on one and it will literally be like massive boober, and it's like and then they'll specifically have a thing be like no lewd talk, please. It's like, but that I understand if it's like an IRL woman with big boober, because she does not choose to have big boober. But there's a certain point when you are creating the character where you get to choose what the character looks like.
Oh yeah, you actually stumbled on us. Did you stumble on us from like the recommended and whatnot, Charlie? Or was there something else popped up somewhere?
Flesh tube. Oh my god, I
yeah,
hate
you like
that.
That's what they call it. Fleshies.
Flesh tuber.
Fleshies.
Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm a flesh tuber.
Ah, points, fleshy.
Ugh. I dislike that heavily. That feels like a slur.
Sweet.
Oh my god,
That,
sort elf clicked. Yeah, no, that checks out.
Thumbs
That's
up.
completely fair.
That appears to be the way that I've been growing the most, is I stream small games that people enjoy, and then someone that likes that game ends up visiting us. Spicer was that way with Outward. I like niche games. I like games that have weird stuff going on with them. Slip came from Star Sector. Star Sector's rad.
I wish I had the fucking... The worst part is, I love Star Sector. I will gladly sit there and play Star Sector. I fucking suck at it. And I do it in short bursts. I don't think I could ever stream it.
You do what in short bursts? Sucking or...
No, the sucking happens the entire time I'm playing Star Sector. Don't you worry.
Oh, don't you worry.
I will sit there and play Star Sector. I've had to download a fucking autosave mod as well, because Jesus Christ, the fact that game doesn't autosave hurts me.
How many
I'll sit
times
there and I'll
did
be like,
you lose something?
oh, something's gone wrong, or I got destroyed in the thing, and then I'll check the fucking last
6 hours
save, and it'll be like, 6 hours ago. I don't want to play anymore.
Thank you, Abel. I'm glad that you chose to stay with us, too.
Yeah.
I think probably my next, if I do end up doing another, I'm gonna keep doing niche games because it's kind of my jam. I like games, and again, as I said before, to be perfectly honest, the soul of video gaming and games in general is now in the indie scene. AAA shit sucks. Blah 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 blah. I kind of want to get into Dwarf Fortress.
Dwarf Fortress is very good, though. The thing is, I will always suggest, whenever people say they want to play Dwarf Fortress, do not play the Steam version first. The Steam version is good, and the Steam version is a lot more user-friendly.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, it does not have Adventure Mode. And Adventure Mode is the bread and butter of Dwarf Fortress.
Adventure Mode is coming soon to the Steam.
It is coming soon.
I would also argue
I'll be jumping on that.
The learning curve for baseline Dwarf Fortress is not conducive to bringing new players into it. So I would counter what you're saying. I would recommend the Steam version simply because there are not very many people who want to contend with a learning curve that is just an Ouroboros that puts you back where you started.
That's not a learning curve. That's a learning cliff.
Yeah.
God damn it, Kuma, I know exactly what that clip is. Okay, counterpoint. Download the Lazy Noob pack and have the Steam version as well. If you want to do the Dwarf Fortress bit, like the actual Fortress mode, do it on Steam. And if you want to do Adventure mode, do it on the Lazy Noob pack. Because Adventure mode is
Counterpoint.
very fun.
A
Just
lot of
wait
people
for it.
do not feel comfortable doing stuff like that to any game or whatnot.
That's fair. I just really like Adventure mode.
Adventure
I'll
mode's
be
really
honest,
good.
it's so good. I like my favorite thing to do is just go on adventure mode, put all of my points into grappler, and just go around putting people into chokeholds. I'll just walk up to a guy. I won't even stab or like slash or hit him with a mace or anything. I will just grab him and I will put him in a chokehold, and I will just fucking throttle him to death.
Just go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Right, I found my dead body.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, I need to. Oh my god, I like that the baskets keep the items in it, but I also really don't like that.
So, Nika, when I switched to the to show off that Doobus Goobus video, do you know what the video that my YouTube was actually defaulting to was? It was that Seth video because I was planning on watching it after stream.
It is a very good video. Seth is an absolute lad. I do want to play Songs of Six because I have heard it is very good. And to be fair, it reminds me a lot of the games I used to play. Like very kind of top-down, low graphic, SimCity type bullshit. Not literally SimCity, obviously, but that same kind of just fun. Because I, for one, do not care what a game looks like. I say that like that's in any way fucking different. Like, most people are like that nowadays, but... Right. What can I throw away? Do not need 4 random blackcards. Right, I have my stuff back, and I ate... Oh! All I would have... Okay, I found the mushroom I ate. All I would have had to do was look at the name of it. Do you know what it was called?
Was it Funeral Bell?
Death Cap.
There you go.
It's not my proudest moment, I'll be honest.
I agree. Not my moment of being proud of you.
Oh my god. Also, yes, Anomaly is good. I bought it the second it came out. It feels very SCP. But it feels very SCP crossed with like Call of Cthulhu type stuff. I think they said in their most recent dev diary that they are working on integrating it more into the actual, like, the rest of the game, because currently it feels quite disconnected. Because that is the main issue I have with it at the moment. It is very kind of, you are either playing RimWorld or you're playing RimWorld Anomaly. Exactly, it feels like a different game. But it is good. It is very, very good. I love finding horrors beyond human imagination. I realize I've just been walking. Like, Jesus Christ. Maybe I should settle down and just make a fucking house. I'm just a little bit far away, that's all.
Just a little bit. A wee bit.
The issue I still have is I don't have a temple gear. There's a free boat, isn't there?
Not generally, no. Not to you, what you said.
I said, is there a free boat at the dock that hasn't got a teleporter on it?
No,
If so,
but you can ask Matcha and whatnot, and they'll be able to get you one.
I may request that Matcha, if I make a pier, make a boat that goes back to my place. That way I don't have to worry too much about a temporal gear. Ooh, you say about cult simulator games, if you want a really good, fun, chill game, Cultist Simulator is literally just called out on Steam. Is like a pseudo card. It's kind of like a card game, but not really. There is no way I can explain it that will do it justice. Just if you like weird niche games and cults and interesting ways to show things, then go have a look at Cultist Simulator on Steam. Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag please sponsor me.
God, please.
Please, I'm begging. That's a nice little place. If only it didn't have so much fucking flora. Cult Simulator's got about 300 hours in it. I don't have nearly that much because I fucking suck at it and I have no idea what I'm doing half the time, but I love it. Which I realize sounds strange, but that's like most games I play. I suck at most games, but I fucking love them. Would love Auri playing. I mean, to be fair, Auri, you might actually enjoy that kind of thing. It's like nice and it's just chill.
What is it again?
Cultist Simulator.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
As I said, it's one of those kind of games that I don't think I could ever explain what it's like, but it's good. That's all you get. It's good.
This has kind of turned into a Rook guest stream.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly okay.
I am the special guest today,
Indeed.
mostly because I'm special. At least that's what the doctors keep telling me.
You're very special, young man. Yay!
Rook is cool? Aw. You're wrong. You'll learn.
You're wrong.
Don't worry. You will learn.
I only stopped playing in order to.
See, that is the correct way to do it. The second you see it get to that, the second you see any game you play hit a funny number of hours, be it a bunch of one number, 69, 69, 420, just stop playing it. Doesn't matter if you like it. It's too late.
It's gone.
And that's it. I realize that I don't actually know how to play this game. Yeah, I've kind of only ever got as far as like making flint tools.
Hey, you're on the road again. You got this.
Let's see. Tutorials.
Stupid wind. Need to build an actual sailboat. Or the wind needs to stop changing direction so quickly. and sail. Gas, gas, gas.
Oh wait, Noita has Twitch integration? Ooh. I might have to play Noita on my stream.
I'll go on map into poop.
That is the correct option. Hello, Dogito.
Howdy, Orthy. Hugs the beans. I very much appreciate and adore my little community that I have put together here. And it is lovely to always see you guys coming and visit me whenever I'm doing my little streamy thing. You guys are very cool, very nice beans. And I appreciate you coming here too. That means you too, Rook.
Yay. I can make a bee-nade.
You can. It's a grenade with bees in it.
That is absolutely fantastic. I don't even care about making a house anymore. I'm making a bee-nade.
I'm glad, Stellantis. That's like the whole last point.
Yeah. I need to figure out what I'm doing. That is lead.
No die, Orthy.
Right. Smelts into copper ingots. See, you can say that game, but like, how?
There are tutorials on how to start those as well.
Preparing for winter. I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about that. Shelter, here we go. I'll just use some logs for now.
Soak logs and wood. You're very welcome, Abel. Sweet.
That's a fair point. Can I make like a chest or a box or something similar? What is my kind of early game?
That would probably be reed baskets.
Yes.
So you're looking for cattails, and it should be one of the craftable options. Thanks, Rush.
Can you place those on the ground afterwards? Or is there any, like, placeable... Can I make a pot? Just put things in a pot?
You can make a pot and put some food in the pot, yes. There is ground storage, so if you have like a tool or something, you can lean it against a wall, and certain items you can just like place on the ground if you need to.
Control, Shift, and right click. That is neat.
Mhm.
Like, that is just... Why is this game so comfy? Purple drink opened. Give me some of that purple drink. Clay urns. Ooh.
Storage vessels whenever you get into the clay forming thing. Probably
There it is.
That's probably your best early game storage option.
Fire in a pit kiln. I assume there's a guide for that.
A pit kiln is a single block hole in the ground. So say you got a storage vessel. You take that, you form it out of clay, you dig a hole, and you put that unfired vessel in there. You put a bunch of dry grass on it, you put some sticks on it, you put some firewood on it, or peat,
And then you set
or
that on
charcoal,
fire.
or coal, and then you set that on fire, and you wait.
Fueled by firewood will take 24 hours to finish. peach will take 16, brown or black coal 12, and charcoal 10. I think there might be some peat near me, to be fair.
Boy, I sure wish the wind would stay in a single direction for once.
Nuh-uh.
No.
Sure, so what are you? Oh god, there's more bloody wolves.
Generally, the TNF population does quite appreciate my efforts and whatnot, based on the fact that my family and I primarily are the reason that the planet still exists, and are the reason the TNF began in the first place. We also spearheaded a lot of the decisions, and I'm trying to navigate while I'm doing this too. We spearheaded a lot of the decisions and the necessary changes to make it to where everybody within this fairly far-flung federation actually has a voice in the votes and the direction of the empire too. It also helps considerably because a lot of the changes that we made and a lot of the first systems that we implemented were things to help make the people's lives better. So, like, basic necessities, and there's a basic income as well. We have a pretty significantly resilient distributed drone system that delivers things like necessary nutrients, food, clothing, tools to build shelters and whatnot to anybody that's on our registry that we are aware of and is okay with this happening. Thumbs up, Charlie. Close enough, right? I do not know. I assume at least a few of them do, given my reception here. Rook got it.
Oh my god, I'm so far away.
I would hope so, Abel. At the very least, I try to make it amenable to people being able to pursue their own passions and whatnot too.
I think I'm gonna call it unfinished. Sorry for today.
Nah, you gotta get out there, get your stuff. It'll despawn.
No, I'm not gonna be able to get out there. That is. Let me have a look actually how far. I am at what, 0? Close enough. That is about 5,500 blocks away.
I mean, yeah, fair enough, Pineapple. We generally do have quite a few people filtering into our borders from sections that are still under the rule of different ones, or that just find it to be a much more amenable place to do so. You can apply for citizenship for the TNF, and it doesn't cost anything to actually do that. And you're able to receive. Yes, we do, unfortunately. You're able to receive some of the same benefits that a TNF citizen does, so long as you're able to show that you are willing to assist and help work for the TNF as well.
Service guarantee citizenship.
Not military service, thankfully.
Right. To be fair, I am not calling this little run of mine a complete failure. I kind of got a general idea of what I need to do next.
You have learned.
So, I may pick somewhere slightly closer this time. just ever so slightly.
Oh, no,
And,
how come you get eaten by wolves?
Well, I had a copper falx, which I found in a pot.
That's nice.
And that killed them in 4 hits. The issue is they killed me quicker.
Yep. Them wolves, man, they got sharp teeth.
Yeah, the issue is that where I was, there was so many bushes that I just could not see anything. So I accidentally walked into a wolf. But it is what it is.
And then it chewed
It do
on
be
you.
like that sometimes.
And I think it be like it is, but it do. It do.
It do be like that. That's fine. There are boats to the north and south. There are, however, not that far north, unfortunately. I think as far as it would go would be... I don't actually know who has the massive windmill. The massive windmill to the north. I think that might possibly be much, I don't know.
I think probably.
But that would be as far as I would be able to go.
I thought about it,
And
Charlie, but I'm not hungry.
It is like 1,000 blocks. That's alright. Next time, I will be back on.
Next
I'll make
time on
myself
Dragon
a little
Ball
house.
Z.
Don't make me want to watch Dragon Ball Z, okay?
Too late.
I can't watch the right. This is heresy, and I am so sorry. I cannot watch the original
Squinted
Dragon
apple.
Ball Z because all of the voices are wrong. Because I first watched Dragon Ball Z abridged.
To be
And
fair, the
I hate
abridged
to say
series are
it,
good too.
It's so good, and their voices are so good. Like, don't get me wrong, the voice actors in the actual show are great, but it's so good. Also, the ships that go 10,000 blocks, one of them goes 50,000 to the south, and the other one to the north would still be about as far from spawn, because that's the one to the very north. That's alright though. I'm not actually I'm not losing out on that much. I mostly just had the copper falx was the only thing I'd be losing, so I can accept that. Why do I hear a dog?
Oof.
Oh right, because it's below the pier. I forgot about that. Look, there's just some pets below the pier, that's all.
Did you lead some doggos underneath the pier? Hmm?
Look, I duped them.
Ah, I see.
They tried to get me, and I just said no. I used the south ship to start. Yeah, the south ship was the one that I tried to do, but I do not like the biome that is in, and unfortunately that biome stretches for a long while. Because I just don't like bamboo.
Bamboo. Come on up. Does it offend your sensibilities?
Yeah, it's against my religion.
Ah, I see.
Nah, I will probably go... Probably just straight up west from the spawn. Or maybe southwest. And just make somewhere a little bit closer by. But, as I said, next time.
Next time.
For now, I'm gonna come off, I'm gonna chill out. because it's 3 a.m. and I need to fix my sleep schedule before tomorrow because I'm back at work.
Good, good. Well, they have a good day at work then.
Yeah, I'm sure I will, as long as that's about. I don't get winter, yeah, but you do get bamboo. Like, not getting winter is all well and good, but it is a small a small price to pay for living in China. Right, I am going to go to sleep, so have a wonderful rest of your stream,
Yeah, have a good time.
and goodbye, everybody.
Mm. Ba-ba. Look at the other. That's actually kind of cool, Nico. I did not know about that one. I do make those. I make those pretty often, actually. Rare. I have not played that one, no. Is it any good, Nico? That sounds like a really rad mod, honestly. There's so much stuff to play. Urgh. It's water. Wait a second. Hey, lead ore. Nice. Interested in it, but... Something to play combat There's actually, have you seen the stuff related to like the mega mods or like the mega mod compilations for Skyrim? Like, there's one in particular that basically just turns it into an entirely revamped game, and I don't say that lightly. That shit's insane. Not just those. Enderal's a really good mod, too. Mm-hmm. 350. A hyper lethal mod pack. You can level it up on adventures. You have been given the hyper lethal designation. Woo! We do, yeah. Let's see. Any particular category you want to hear about, Abel? No, just me. Well, probably the most useful and premier bit of technology from the TNF. If you look on the artistic reference sheet that I have on my Discord, that little gauntlet, that is something that we tend to issue through that distribution center that I was talking about. It has a manufacturing forge so that it can make things out of stuff that's nearby and process materials into usable materials if necessary. It can form some tools out of hard light. So if you need to have a hammer or something like that, you can make a hammer out of hard light. If you need a screwdriver to help work on something, you can form that out of hard light. If you need a knife for self-defense, something along those lines. With that comes a few standard templates, similar to how the STCs work in Warhammer, that will allow a person... Almost all of our ships and whatnot are geared with enough standard templates and some specific standard templates that alongside our little hard light projector, any person stranded on any planet could make a functional, habitable location to, at the very least, wait for rescue out of just about anything. Because as big as the TNF might be, and as effective as a lot of our constructs and technologies and whatnot are, space is fucking big. It is unfathomably large. Calling a single planet or even a single planetary system something like a desert island does not grasp the full immensity of what I'm talking about. For lack of a better term, there is a fuck ton of space in space. Mm-hmm. And, like, we can traverse a lot of those distances with our slip drives and our gatehouse ships, but there's just so much in between. Maybe, Icy. Thing is that when you logged out, the little indicator disappeared, so... I wouldn't call them horrors, but there are definitely some critters that make space home, yes. Like where I'm at now, Icy? Maybe. Okay. Make top secret to not scare the public. Probably the most dangerous thing that I can think of are things that dwell in between planetary systems. Now, under normal circumstances, heliopause, basically the last section of space right before you leave the influence of the star that you're currently around, acts as a sort of barrier, because these creatures do not like it. They don't want to be under the effect of something like that. They don't want to be close to sun. They don't want to be close to anything that might be even close to sun. But once you go past heliopause, unless you are shielding yourself somehow, you're basically, if you have any source of light or sound or energy, you're ringing a dinner bell for all intents and purposes. And these things can be exceptionally large, something that a synaptic connection, if it worked basically on like the same way that nerves do for most terrestrial species at light speed, it would take days and days and days for it to even perceive you via an eye off of one of its flanks or something like that. Let's see, pupil shape is you. So no, I'm not really a particular race. So the closest relation race-wise that I have with any of the TNF species are from a group called the Dwellers. And they do represent me quite a bit. They do not have the slit pupil eyes or the very stark orange color that you're seeing here. But we do share traits similar to a tail and, in some cases, pointed ears and whatnot, too. A big difference between that is that I am currently the only example of whatever my species would be, because I am the product of the breeding between a dweller and something else. For all hard to explain past that point, but magic causes weird things to happen if it's uncontrolled. And uncontrolled magic brought into contact with a powerful will or, say, a particularly strong moment of, say, despair or something like that, they cause problems. You may have legends of things like banshees and whatnot. Basically, a man, woman, or child, or something along those lines, that was so caught up in a piece of despair or something along those lines that whenever they passed, they basically gather mana around them and form into an apparition. A banshee, a ghost, a poltergeist, something like that. That can happen for animals, too. If an animal has a particular... If it has enough of an impression on its local area to do something like that, then it will. My mother was a similar type of creature. Not an apparition, but... pushes rush over, takes lunch money. And to be clear, Charlie, so... I say that I look like an elf a lot, and I do look like an elf. I have nice pointy ears and whatnot. Dwellers, their primary physiology is actually based off of essentially a worm, a noodle. They can be big or small, but I'm probably the closest analog in popular media would be the Mgalak Golo from Halo. Though we're not a hive mind. Thumbs up. You are correct, Abel. I'm looking for that 10 spot, Icy. Yeah, you'll be alright, Apple. And the noodles, they're not particularly dangerous if they're outside of a dweller body or anything like that. As a matter of fact, if you get a hold of a noodle and you ingest it or something like that, it'll generally do its best to support your physiology, though it's unfamiliar with it. So if you've got a failing organ or something along those lines, it will move in place to either try and repair or replace that organ. Heckin' dang it, Icy. We don't really mimic a species, though, Abel. We're our own thing. We just happen to be humanoid and kind of look like elves. We'll be fine. We'll be a baby. They are on! Because you're not there, Icy, I think it disappeared. Because you logged out. I mean, not really, no. Plus, the dwellers don't really hunt and eat humanoids. That's more of a me thing. But it didn't, I see. Because it was right in here somewhere and it's gone. It's gone, I see. You led me astray and then you abandoned me. Bonks, Abel. VTuber moment. Alright. I want to take a quick break. I need to get some more drink, and it is just about raid time, so I'm going to do that real quick. Everybody, be good. It's okay, Icy. We'll do it in a little bit. Or maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Be right back. Apple, you are a shawarma. Alright. So, we tab back in here. Go to that. And we get ready to raid someone. Sorry for the delay. My cat saw me coming out, and it was close enough to stream in time that they ambushed me. And they're very cute, so I couldn't not just pet them. You got to. They're fluffy and adorable. Does anybody have a recommendation for a raid? Eh? Eats apple. I mean, or the gentle jester. Sure, Charlie. Playing Barony. Barony is a good game.
What you want to use those rights for? You use
Shut
them.
Lubis. It's okay, Czar. Let's see here. A lot of points. And the gentle jester, right, Charlie? Okay. All right. Very welcome, Rush. Thank you very much for your assistance. We do like lizards. I like lizards. Lizards are cute. All right, folks. Be sure to say hi to our friend here. Make sure to tell him who sent you to, which will be Mr. Charlie Soulfire. So, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and your night. Please sleep well. Be good beans. I will see you Monday for some Vigi games. Probably some Helldivers. And make sure to have a good weekend, too. Treat yourself a little bit. Relax some, okay? Night-night.
Oh, a locking staff.
Right. At Auri just raided with a party.
Auri. Auri. How
Exclamation mark,
was
so Auri
your stream?
Thank you for following at Auri.
How was your stream?
Hey.
Welcome on
000.
in. Everybody
Nice to
click
meet
that
you.
heart. Everybody click that heart. Follow
Stay
Jester's new
self-right.
friend, Auri. Welcome on in.
Thank you.
Sark, welcome on in. Hello.
Thank you for following.
Hey.
Salt Necromancer.
Saltern. Necromancer.